I got the wishbone. I'm very full. Well, it looks like I won.
All right.
I feel like everybody won today, though.
We did. I had a good time.
Yeah, you went 3 for 3, and we just polished off an entire Polish sausage through a
Good morning, everybody. It is October the 2nd, and we are live.
How do we know?
What do you mean?
I love how lately you've been saying it. We are live.
Well, some people don't know.
Oh, well, now they do.
Some people don't know. Some people think this is recorded last night.
This ain't AI, all right? This is a real
this is real. I'm a real
show.
boy. I'm a real boy.
Yeah.
This ain't AI. AI couldn't replicate that which is in the other room.
That, King
No,
Scott?
you
King
cannot
Scott,
replicate what I'm doing over here.
No. And Rafe back in studio.
I'm back, baby.
After a whirlwind trip to Chicago.
Wild.
The Big Apple, huh?
Wild
Nice.
24 hours. Yes, I'm a traveled man. I told Scott I learned to speak the native tongue while I was there.
Very impressive.
It's called Portillo.
Portillo's.
Yeah, if you missed Monday was Rafe's birthday. Tina came in, big surprise. Were you really, truly surprised?
I could not have been. I think shocked is a better word. But yes, I was very surprised. I didn't know. I had no clue any of that was about to happen.
Well, she had been kind of planning that for, a little over a month.
Yeah.
Got in touch with me, said, hey, I want to surprise Rafe by coming in the day of his birthday and kind of whisking him out of the studio up to the airport, right to Chicago. We're going to go to a concert. We're going to go to a spa. And then I'll return him on Wednesday.
Yes.
And I've never seen her more nervous, to be honest with you, when she came in here.
Yeah?
Making sure everything was all right. Making sure she pulled it off. And it was great. Worked out well. You were shocked.
I was very shocked. It was very funny.
She said you were always the one to plan this kind of stuff. This was her first time doing something like this.
Yeah. That's true.
And on brand, on the Tina brand.
Yes.
Yes, you went to Chicago, but to go see a show which you had no interest in.
It's baby steps,
Yeah.
When you don't know how to surprise or you've never done. You've been together for how long?
Almost a decade.
Yeah. So, I think this was a good first step. It was what she was comfortable with.
Yes.
And she knew one of you would have a good time at least.
This was Rizz stepping into the gift-giving world with his Dustbuster 15 years ago.
First
Christmas.
of all, let's get it right. It was not a dustbuster. It was a very nice vacuum cleaner.
I thought it was a Dustbuster.
No, it was not. No.
Dyson.
Okay, the water pick was
No,
afterwards.
the water pick. Okay.
You gave your wife a water pick?
I sure did.
Look at her teeth now.
And the gift of white teeth and good healthy gums.
Keep on
I
giving.
mean, come on.
And clean carpets, all within a 13-month span.
Both of those gifts are like, hey, babe, clean your life up.
It was a very nice vacuum cleaner.
Okay, great. I would have loved a vacuum.
Bought her some Dawn dish soap the following year.
This is when he was in his
With-
20s, though.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like you're speaking my language with cleaning supplies. Like that's to my heart.
It was a
but-
particular brand of vacuum cleaner. It was called Rainbow Vacuum Cleaner. It cleans with
Wow.
water.
Cleans with water.
It's a water filter. I don't know.
Huh. Okay.
Wowie.
Wow, it was expensive too.
I can't believe she didn't.
Do we still have it? Yes, we do.
Whoa.
Has
Yes.
it been used? Is that a gift that goes in the old utility
We
closet?
used the
and
crap
sits
out of
there?
it.
All right, great.
Very clean carpets. The water pick, again, you cannot put a price on healthy gums.
It's true.
We're a water picking family.
We need to do better as a society.
Anyway,
Okay.
Water picking.
so Tina says, hey, we're going to go to Chicago and we're going to go see Charlie XCX. And the look on your face was, what? I am not a fan.
Yeah. Has not changed.
Yeah. Well, how was the show?
It happened. It was cool. It was the gayest thing I've ever attended, and I've been to 2 New York City Pride parades, which was Cool. It was nice to see everybody. I found out the Whale Tail's back, and not just swimming anymore.
Okay,
Right on.
so
Cute.
Charlie XCX. All right, here's a little.
I knew like a few of the songs just from hearing them in Target. You know, she's got some jams.
Big in the lesbian community, correct?
Very big in the gay community. And
Kesha 3.0.
she has a song about guess what color my underwear are. I knew
It's a
that
great
one.
one.
She got the one from the Barbie movie.
Bet they're brown.
She's got the Apple song that's on TikTok. I knew that one. And then she's got the I Don't Care one, which was her big first hit. I
Oh,
think.
yeah.
I don't
So-
care.
Everybody's like dressed to the nines, like
Everyone's dressed the same. Everyone had on a lime green version of this Brat shirt. Hot Topic exploded. Boys Town was empty, guys, in Chicago. Boys Town was a ghost town because all of Boys Town was at the United Center with me.
Oh yeah.
And I looked like someone's dad undercover trying to keep an eye on his 15-year-old daughter. They're like, cool snake shirt, Dad.
Chicago is the market to see a show like that. I
This
saw
is-
that.
Oh, I know this song.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
this is at the United Center.
She Don't Care, right?
Yeah, she don't care.
I don't care. I know this song.
Look at you, you're a fan.
Wow.
I knew a couple songs.
Oh, I can imagine the United Center last night or 2 nights ago. I mean, just everybody hopping to that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody going nuts. What's this Apple song? Apple?
Yeah, that's the TikTok dance that everybody was doing for a while.
Apple used it for a sync?
No, it's literally called the app. Like you pick an apple.
Oh, it's called the Apple song. Oh.
You know, if you heard of, this summer was a Brat summer, that was a Charlie XCX thing, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you bought a Brad shirt.
I did. I had to.
You have to get in?
Yes.
No, I'll get to that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I never heard this song, but I know the I Don't Care song.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just started getting into her with the Guess song with Billie Eilish, the
Yeah,
Panty
that's good.
song. It's a great song.
The panty song is kind of hot.
What's that called?
It's called Guess, and we tried to play it the other day, and you can't because there's S-bomb right at the beginning, but it's Billie Eilish and Charlie XCX talking about the panties and guessing what color panties are, and it's pretty sweet.
And what's it called again?
Guess,
Oh, man. A couple years too late. Jeff would have loved that.
right?
Yeah.
Is that a game he used to play?
Probably.
Yeah.
Among others.
This is clean, by the way.
Oh, good. Yeah,
Sure
check
it is.
this
buddy.
out.
Sure it is.
You wanna guess the color of my underwear? You wanna know what I got going on down
Yes,
there?
that's right. We did try
Is
to
it
play this the other
pretty
day.
in pink or
The Billy part's really
see-through?
good.
Is it showing off my brand new lower back tattoo? You wanna put them in your mouth, pull them all down south. You wanna turn
Yeah.
out, that's what I'm talking
Good song.
about. Put them in your mouth, pull
Kinda
them
like
all
Daft
down
Punk to me,
south.
in a
You
way.
wanna
So is she a lesbian?
out, that's what I'm talking about.
I don't think so, but I don't know. I didn't do a deep dive.
I don't think she is. In this song, Billy says like something about her being like bi-curious maybe, and then she says Charlie's into boys, but she know I'd hit it.
Okay. Answers that question, I suppose.
Oh, because, she's singing about the panties thing and
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. You got to listen to the lyrics.
Thinking it's
Ray.
Yeah, they're
You get
they're
caught up
pulling
in
it
the
to
beat,
side,
man.
get all up in it.
but thinking that's it's a lesbian thing, it kind of makes it a little hotter.
It is hot. It's hot all around.
Hey, it's whatever you want it to be. Music is interpretive.
You hearing this, Jeff?
This is for you, Jeff.
Are you hearing this?
The cutout Jeff cardboard thing is smiling.
I know.
Anyway, so you get up to Chicago, you check into you made it on time to the flight, right?
We did not get into our boarding group. We did not miss the flight, but we got as close to missing the flight as you can get and still get on the plane.
I like it. I like that you had a full Tina experience.
Wow. You had plenty of time.
I don't know, man. We got there and there was I said, let's leave at this time. And if she was wrong about the flight time, or we would have missed the flight. It was an 11:45 flight, thank goodness. She said 11:30. I'm like, let's go. It's 10. She's like, you aren't doing anything. I'm packing. I got us.
Did she pack you?
Boy.
She did.
Good.
She did. She packed me one shirt, We got there.
I mean, you're only going for one day.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
When she was talking to Rizz about it and we were all kind of getting the plans, she was saying, because I texted her and I was like, what should we get Rafe? And she's like, well, he's going to this Charlie XCX show. Get him a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where the rattlesnake shirt came from. In fact, the other shirt is in your office. It came literally the next day.
Great.
But so I sent her those photos. I'm like, and she goes, yeah, I'm going to pack his bags. I'm going to get everything ready. I'm going to come get him, take him straight to the airport.
That's what I thought the plan was.
I know.
You go right from here. The airport is what?
Right there.
10 minutes away?
That probably was in her head, the way things were going to go down, but...
Just so you know, fellas, she said, hey, I'm going to get you guys coffee. I'm going to stop to get coffee before I come to the studio.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what time are you coming in?
Where's the coffee?
7?
Hilarious.
I said to myself, there's no way this is
Let's be honest. We saw her when she came in. That was a rolled out of bed.
There's no...
She still had her shorts on. She went to sleep in the night before.
There's no way you're getting coffee for anybody before you come in.
She will. She'll just be late and then show up with the coffee. That's her signature move. Is to walk into work 20 minutes late with the coffee in her hand and be like, what's everybody mad about? So she packed us up. We get to the airport. We're in the back of the B group. We're running to the gate. Back of the B group, we make it. And I hear the lady, and she's going, it's a full flight. If you have a carry-on bag, come and get it tagged. Because it's going to have to go.
Yeah, it's not going to fit the overhead.
And I said, should you go do that? And she goes, huh? And I was like, I've heard 3 times this lady said, you got to tag your bag. And she's like, no. She's not talking to us. And I go, oh, okay. Well, who's she talking to? So we get to the front. We're in the back of the B group, which is right at the cusp of getting seats together,
Yeah.
Lady's like, you can't take that on. I told you to get it tagged. So she runs to go get a tag, leaves the bag with me. She's like, well, Tina's like, we'll tag it then. And she's like, you have to go to the desk to get a tag. So she has to run, doesn't take the bag. You got to have the tag. They don't just give you a tag to put on any bag you want.
The bag with the tag.
So now I have to go take her the bag.
Now you're out of line.
Then we're out of line, so we did not sit together on the plane. We were one of the last people on the plane.
Oh, God.
And
that's a half-hour flight, 45 minutes.
Not a big deal.
It's
Yeah.
not a big deal.
It's not a big deal, but it's a start. It's a start to a theme that would continue over the 24 hours. So we got to the hotel. I laid down. I took a quick nap. We walked around a little bit.
Where'd you guys stay?
Someplace called, it was nice, Hotel Plaza Riu, R-I-U, somewhere down
Those are
on,
nice.
Yeah, those are
like
nice
the Gold
usually.
Coast. Yeah, hotel. I get up and I'm like, all right. So I laid down and slept, in the shirt I had on. I woke up and she's like, I packed the bag and I go, cool, where's all? I was like, I took a shower and I was like, where's my deodorant? She's like, what?
Oh, no.
And I go, my bathroom bag. I packed all my hair stuff and my bathroom bag. And she's like, oh, I didn't grab your bathroom bag. And I was like, well, I have a toothbrush or anything? And she, no.
Isn't that part of the packing?
She had 9 outfits.
Oh, yeah.
Hair dryer, makeup bag. She packed a bag. My portion of the suitcase had to be 1 cubic inch. And I go, all right, well, I got a clean shirt in there, a clean V to wear into this snake skin. And she's like, I packed you 1. And I go, just packed 1 shirt for the whole. So if I wear this tonight, what am I going to wear home tomorrow that's not dirty? And she's like, I thought I put more in there, but I guess I only put 1. And I was like, do I have underwear? I had 1 pair of underwear. It was a light pack, brother. It was a light pack. So
she did, I guess, put most of the essentials in there.
She did. Mm-hmm. She did. So I used her deodorant, kind of cobbled together what I could, with hair product of what she had for herself. And then we go to the concert. And at this point, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm still thinking this could be a bit. This could be a fake. I honestly thought, even when we left, that I'm like, what's really happening?
Yeah, you could see it in your face that you were not convinced yet.
I wasn't totally convinced. I wasn't disappointed. I just wasn't convinced that this was real.
Yeah, you know that guy that's being led away to some surprise, but is still like looking over both shoulders.
Yeah,
it's like waiting for the. Next
I was like,
part.
"Are you guys selling this bit for her with this snakeskin shirt?"
Yeah, or I even think you brought it up. Like, hey, am I going to go to Chicago and there's going to be some kind of intervention and I'm going to be whisked off to some kind of rehab facility?
Yeah.
Yes.
Am I going to fat camp, guys? What's going on?
Your sobriety is an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's in check.
So funny. So I'm even like, to the point that, to be full disclosure for the listening audience, I'm Googling concerts in Chicago because I'm like, there's no way.
You thought you were going to a different show.
I was like, this Charlie XCX thing is a bit. There's probably a show that will be of interest to me.
Like, are the Avett Brothers here in Chicago this
Willie
weekend? Or is
Nelson,
Willie Nelson here?
Yeah, or just any band I've ever expressed even a mild interest in. I would have taken, it could have been, anyone else. It could have been anyone else. And I'd be like, all right, I did say I liked that song from that person one time. And then as we got closer to the United Center, and I was like, this is real. We got dropped off.
We are really going.
We are
to
really
see
going.
Charlie XCX.
And like I said, it was by far the gayest event I've ever attended, and that's a great thing. Had a great time. But I was just like, okay. Because I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't know what our audience would be.
A lot of women?
A lot of young girls dressed. Parents would not like the way these girls were dressed. Mm-hmm. And so it was a lot of twinks and young girls.
Like,
which was kind of
how young? Like sexy co-eds or like?
No, young. Like 15.
High schoolers. Okay.
Yeah, like Gen Z or lower. Clearly, like having to leave before the concert's over to go to school the next day.
Yeah.
So it was a weird mixed bag of those folks. We go inside. The first thing that happens is like a girl falls down right in front of me. A young girl, clearly like on ecstasy or something. So I'm immediately doing triage. And I'm like, hey, can we get somebody over here? People just like watched her fall by a trash can and just left her laying there. Like, I know the signs. So I was like,
drunk.
So yeah, drunk, or she looked like maybe
smoked something weird.
Yeah, maybe she was rolling too hard or something.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell what was going on. So I helped her up, gave her some of my water, and then the guy from the United Center, some old guy, came over, started helping her, and I was like, all right, it's gonna be a kind of show. I mean, that's at 7 o'clock. Well, this show hasn't even started yet. Like, people are ready to party.
Sold out.
Sold out. Great seats. She got those VIP seats.
Oh, VIP.
Sweet.
For this concert I was dying to go to. And we go to the we were late for the concert. We're supposed to get there at 6 for the VIP stuff. We got there right at 7.
Oh, so there's like a VIP thing before?
Yeah.
Like an hour?
Yeah.
Like a lounge or
A
something.
cocktail hour kind of
Like an hour lounge. So we went in there, and it was...
And you meet her, right? With the VIP package?
No. You don't meet her, but it was close. They put an air mattress out for you to lay on and take a picture with an aluminum foil blanket.
Get out of here.
That's what the burrito
That is
blanket
With
was.
like a
man.
space blanket?
Yeah.
Like what, if you're...
A solar blanket, yeah.
So it's warm.
And you pay for that?
Wait, like the solar blanket in case, when the Red Cross shows up somewhere
right,
after your house burns down
Here
and
you
it's
go.
cold out.
Yeah. That's what
was
They
on.
wrap you up in a space blanket
Put this on.
Yeah.
and a air mattress.
And an air mattress to lay on and take a photo in front of a fake wall that looks like a bedroom. And then there was a big brat backdrop with like an iPad and a ring light that you send yourself photos on. No one got them. Like everyone at the concert was like, what? I sent myself these photos from this iPad. Did you get yours? Did you get yours? Everyone's like, no one got them. So that wasn't real.
But they got their...
I found them on the
But
black
they got your
web.
email.
You got our
You
email.
got your email, and now you're on some mailing list.
That's
and they
right.
sold your information.
That's a real brat move.
You got.
Real brat move. Not brat. Non-brat. That's what I was saying all night. Not very bratty.
I liked your joke about the bratwursts. I thought that was very funny.
Thank you.
And I had not thought of that when I've seen Brat Summer. And it took a man of the pork steak army to say, I was told there would be brats at this show.
Yeah, it seems like a Bud Light promotion
I would like
right
to
there.
report, despite a multitude of false advertising, there are no bratwursts being served at the Charlie XCX concert.
It does sound like a catchphrase from a Michelob Ultra.
Yeah. It's a broad summer.
Yeah, it's a broad summer. Woo!
That will be an ad campaign, by the way. You know it will be.
So
was there like
there's chicken tenders. There's a bunch of chicken tendies, and a little bit of charcuterie left over. So I just tried to house as much of that. I was like, I got to get, because she said these tickets were like over $300.
Over $300? You get chicken fingers and
And an air mattress?
and a couple pieces of salami?
And one free drink.
One free drink?
Wow. They went
So
all out.
she went and did my
For
free
$300
drink.
a piece?
Apparently, yeah.
Hey, it was like,
We got a little swag bag. It was like two little.
out of here. It was high-end Trulies.
We got two caps that say sweat.
Holy cow.
There were two baseball caps and two, like little Yeti, not Yetis, but Yeti knockoffs that said like Charlie XCX.
Eddies.
Eddies,
Those
yeah.
are the Eddies.
Squashes.
Oh, man. So you got how were the chicken tenders at least good, or were
They
they?
were actually really good. I would like to note the chicken fingers at the United Center, better than most.
Okay.
So
At least that's something.
that was something.
Love that.
Charlie could hang her hat on that.
Charlie, hang your head on. Yes, she should.
God, these VIP experiences.
Never again.
What a friggin' racket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was us at Sonic Temple Festival last summer, dude. Like, we paid so much for that VIP experience.
Same thing.
I'm good. Yeah. Like, I don't.
And what'd you get for that?
Like a poster and
I got
a
like
burger.
maybe a good view. It was nothing. It was like, okay, your drinks are included for the weekend. I mean, whatever. I didn't even drink that much.
And you get like you get your own bathroom?
Got our own bathroom. Got a little area.
That's pretty cool.
And
But we were supposed to have better seats. We were supposed to have like bird's eye view. There was no bird's eye view.
a dead bird on the ground.
Is there
Yes.
a leaf in the way?
There's a dead
Awful.
bird.
Penguin. Is that what you said?
I'll tell you what, I'll be honest with you, at a festival where you could kind of come and go, not a bad deal.
It was just whatever.
At Charlie XCX, which is at United Center, an arena, and you pay $300+ per ticket to go to a quote-unquote VIP thing for an hour, and you get chicken fingers and one drink, get
Yeah,
out of
that's-
here.
that's stupid.
And the artist doesn't even go down to meet and greet her
if
fans.
the artist came down, took pictures, or even just came down for 8 minutes, sang a song acoustic, and left, totally worth it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Wild.
yeah, that's weird. That's a weird VIP experience without the artist.
Yeah, and there was definitely not. That wasn't happening.
How much were tickets for that show, normally?
I couldn't tell you, man.
Like $100 probably for.
It was when I Googled to see if it was really happening, they were selling for $158 day of.
And those are probably garbage seats.
Yeah,
Probably.
nosebleeds, probably.
So
And it
this
was
is,
packed.
this is a way for some of these pop artists to not just get you for coming in,
Yeah.
but then to hang you upside down and shake you for all the money in
Yeah,
your pockets.
at least the old school VIP things, like before there were real VIP packages. And this is just a rumor. I don't know if this happened, but I would hear that in the early 2000s when Nelly was doing all this stuff, you know, he would appear, and there'd be like a couple security guards that would go, "Hey, here's the lime. $20, get a picture. $20, get a picture. $20, get a picture."
Yeah.
At least like that's great.
At least you're meeting the person.
Yeah. Hey, here $20. Now I got a picture with Nelly. That's great,
Right.
right? I mean,
Man.
something for something.
Still a ton of money.
As if things aren't expensive enough, you know. Great VIP experience. What a joke. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Now that's they're all different. So I wouldn't judge.
They
I
are,
don't care.
but the times I've done it,
I've seen some that are pretty spectacular.
Nah, not lately. I haven't heard any good stories of VIP experiences.
Well, you don't hear the good ones because they don't track.
they're
it
okay.
long.
I did one at Red Rocks for an Avett Brothers show, and it was like, you got a free poster, some like cheeseburgers that were not great, and you got to go into the venue like 30 minutes before everyone else. That was pretty. So like, Red Rocks does general seating or whatever.
Oh, right.
So you got to sit in the middle. It was good seating, I suppose, but it was like I could have just as easily gone there and got in line early.
How much
Done.
was that though?
Too much. It was like an AXS, all access.
Extra.
I can't remember. It was
$100?
a lot. It was a lot. It was an extra few $100
Few hundred. Whoa.
for two people. Yeah,
Okay, so good point. You did show up an hour late.
we did.
She wasn't there, though, right? She did.
No,
That wasn't part of the package.
no. There were still people in there, and we were like, "Hey, did we miss anything?" And the girl told us she's like, "Your VIP includes this." And they were out of bags, so they just handed us the stuff that was in the swag bag. And I was like, "Hey, can you give me some? I don't want to carry this around all night. Can you just give me something? It could be a trash bag for all I care." And they went and found one tote. And they gave us a tote, and I put all our stuff in.
Okay.
That's nice.
You know what? And also, the meet and greets don't really happen anymore because, like, when Aerosmith was supposed to be in town, I asked Live Nation. I even went, like, backdoor into Live Nation people, and I was like, hey, what is the cost for a meet and greet? And people are just not doing those anymore.
What do you think?
Not people at that level.
I know, but
Because they don't need to.
But I would have splurged.
You would have loved it, but they, I remember when the Chili Peppers came through, they were like, hey, we don't want to see anybody.
I know. It's such a bummer.
The Chili Peppers were here over the summer. They made it abundantly clear. We do not want to see anybody. No fans, no radio people, nothing. We're going to come do the show, and then we're out.
I got a story coming up in Crap On of a celebrity that I would love to meet, and it's $700 plus going out to California. And I'm going to get your take to see if you guys would pay, who you would pay that much to go meet. Because the person who's doing this, I think all of us here in the Midwest would actually fly out to California to go do this.
We stress out to make sure that everybody feels the value. You know what I mean? Like whether it's like, free merch involved or whatever, and we always do like some sort of private show, like playing acoustic. A lot of times we piss off venues because we're trying to get people on stage to give them the stage perspective. Like, come look at the stage. Come look at how we set everything up. So when you see the show, you can see it all working. This is how it works. The last time, the venue screamed at us for that. But it's like, well, you know what? We're trying to deliver everything with this package to make it super, super crazy special.
Well, these new VIP quote-unquote packages are just another way to squeeze more money out of you. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Garbage. Anyway, so you go for your little VIP experience, get your chicken fingers.
That was very quick. Quick hitter, 10 minutes.
10 minutes to your seats. Good seats?
Great seats. Row 6.
Ooh.
There was like people on the floor, but we were like row 6, side view.
Dang.
Yeah, the seats looked great.
So the seats were good. Seats were great.
How long did she play for?
It was kind of weird because it was interstitial. So she had this opener, a little gay man named Troy, who was very good.
Hi, I'm Troy.
They were like, they were almost like taking turns.
Hi, Chicago.
Here was the thing that was weird, though, and this isn't just coming from me as a non-fan. It was like I expected it to be like, hey, this is a club. She's a DJ. She usually like mixes. There's nothing on the stage. No turntables, no musicians, no instruments. There's a scaffolding behind. So it's just a big, long, white stage. And like a scaffolding that looks like the movie Chicago, kind of. It looks like it's like fire escapes. And I'm like, oh, they're going to do like a cool, we're in Chicago. They're going to do a cool take.
Right.
Did not use it the whole show. It just was there. They went up on it and sang like a song one time, but like no kind of. He had some backup dancers, and they were pretty good. There's probably like 4 or 5 like shirtless men dancing around. But they were all kind of doing their own thing. It wasn't like a choreographed. Like everybody had their own moves.
Oh, interesting.
I'm looking at her set list. She was on stage for about 2 hours.
Yeah, but they traded off.
Yeah,
he would come out and do a song. She'd disappear, do a costume change. He'd come back.
Right. He'll do. Yeah, I'm watching.
It was a very long show.
He'll do 3 songs. She'll come on for like 4 songs.
Yeah.
He'll do a couple songs. She'll come on.
Interesting way to do
Troy
it.
Sivan. Or Troy Sivan.
Charlie XCX is who we're talking about for those of you arriving late to the chat.
Yeah, it's on the Sweat Tour.
Wait, so no band. We're just watching people singing over everything else.
Yes, and that was the one thing that really shocked me is like not a lot of people were dancing. I was like, I've never seen that many gay people, so little dancing. It was like everyone was packed in. Even when Tina tried to dance a little in our aisle. I don't know if it's because everybody was packed in. Yeah. But it was like everyone was just kind of watching.
Really?
And like she'd
That's a bummer.
Chicago, get your hands up. You guys are off the chain tonight. And everyone's like, but then everyone was like, no, we're not.
Really?
It was a weird vibe,
show.
man. It was like
when there's seats.
Yeah, but I saw Ellie
and it's
Goulding.
Monday.
What's that Chicago venue with like the stars painted on the ceiling and it looks like there's like castles around and stuff?
Riviera? No.
The Argonne.
Is that
the
it?
ballroom?
Yeah, it's a giant ass ballroom. Either way, I saw Ellie Goulding there, and it was a freaking dance club with her performing. It felt like everyone but me was dancing.
Yes, and that's what we talked about. In all honesty, and whatever. Do the United Center, get your money. It almost felt like she blew up so fast that the show didn't catch up to the venue she's performing in. Like I'm like if she was performing at like at the Ready Room or at Hot Java Bar for like 800 people, it probably would have been off the hook.
Would have been rocking.
But it was just her. She came out with just a mic, no dancers, no music. No, it was just track. And then they were lip syncing quite a bit. I would say 60% of the show was lip synced, and it was obvious, and people were noticing.
People were noticing,
That's
and
cool.
Like they would just because I
nobody
mean, she
cares
was like
anymore.
she was bringing the energy with her dancing. So I'm sure she's out of breath. But it was like there's times the microphone wouldn't even be by her face. It wasn't even
Man,
like.
so think about this.
But you said people notice. Nobody cares anymore.
Uh,
I mean, metal bands. I'm going to
know,
shows
man.
seeing singers not singing in metal bands.
I don't
it was
love
wild.
Let's think about this. So she's charging a ton of money for a ticket.
Yeah.
Sells out the United Center, which is probably $22,000. She's got no real set. She's got no dancers. She got no band to pay.
Cash.
She's charging
money.
a gazillion dollars for the stupid VIP experience.
Just walking away with the whole bag.
Killing it.
Oh,
Hey, according
man.
to the Daily Northwestern, Charlie and Troy transformed a sold-out United Center into a 23,500 person club on Monday night with flashing lights, mesmerizing video projections, and powerful vocals.
Right.
That's not true.
Okay, well,
That is adherent. In fact, that was a thing. Another thing we noticed that I thought was wild was, and here's the thing: Tina's a fan, and she was let down.
Yeah.
She was like,
I hate that.
I learned a lesson, and she's like, she got upset because she was like, this music is better in cleaning the house or jamming in my car
yeah.
than it is seeing it live.
That's
And
a
she's
bummer.
like, I feel like she's a genius who did herself no justice tonight.
Oh, wow.
That's not coming from me. Is like, I'm not crapping on her. I don't know. Just as a show,
Yeah.
the thing that blew me away was there were projector screens, and the only thing she had was a guy with the camera and a jib
Yeah. Keep going.
following her. Oh, I don't know if this is going to. Okay. The only thing she had was a guy with a camera and a jib, like almost like MTV Music Awards, like walking through the audience style.
Right.
And
Yikes.
that's all that was playing on the thing.
It's
There
not
was
working.
There was no. I know. So I was like, I don't know how
I
to
could
do this sadly.
So they were playing people not
Could've said a little
dancing.
sadder.
I'm sorry, man.
They were playing people not. They were showing people not dancing on.
It was
the
just
big
her like pointing at the camera, like,
screen. Yeah. there's
and
the
I'm like closer dancing. There was no like video stuff up. And then that was the other thing. I was like, oh, this is
Really?
going to be like EDM. There's going to be a light show that's about to blow. There wasn't.
Let me take it from here.
Here, go.
It was my 46th birthday. All I wanted to do was see my favorite artist, Charlie XCX. True. Got these VIP tickets. Just had mediocre chicken fingers.
They were great.
Okay, they were okay. And I'm going to tell you, the chicken fingers are the best part of the show. Because she was lip syncing, nobody was dancing, no backup dancers. She just pressed play, and that was it.
I'm so sorry.
Birthday ruined.
Ruined.
Is this an omen for your 46th year that, like, we aren't going to be dancing our D's off this year? Because that cannot.
Means we have to.
It's all.
This type of energy will not stand.
Anyway,
No, it's going to be a slow burn, man. It's
There
gonna
was
be
a
great-
moment.
Great year.
During Troy's performance where he got down on his knees and one of his dancers held a microphone as if it were his
ding-a-ling.
schwanz, and he was on his knees with his hands behind his back singing into this guy's microphone schwanz that I thought, I hope Chris Christopherson isn't checking in on me right now. In my head, I was like, this would be a weird time for Chris Christopherson up in heaven to be like, I had a lot of good fans, and Rafe was always a loyal fan. He speaks highly of me. Let's see what he's up to. It's his birthday. I ought to check in on him. He always appreciated music that had heart and, social What in the hell? What in the hell are you doing down there? Imagine him up on a cloud with
Never
Johnny
visiting
Cash,
him
both
again.
of them looking at me, and Waylon Jennings all just shaking
The
their
highway-
head.
The highwaymen are up there.
Good thing Willie's not here to see this.
Not that they need defending, but you got to know though that not all pop artists are created equal. I mean, this
Agreed.
Yeah, like granted, my buddies are in the band, but if you see Kesha live, like, it's a freaking show. There's like 30 people on the payroll.
I didn't go there with I didn't go there looking to crap on it.
Yeah.
In fact, I had
Open
fun.
mind,
I
open
made the
heart.
best of it.
Yeah, it's amazing the difference though, because I've seen a couple pop shows that are kind of like that, where you're like, what are they doing? They're not doing anything.
Yeah, just like I think that it was just like the stage was so bare and the show was so bare bones that it in the United Center it felt odd, and I think they felt it. But the funniest thing in the world, the kid's on his knees, Schwann's in his face, microphone singing into this guy's crotch, and he said the wrong city.
Oh no!
It was the funniest
The
wrong
Cardinals
city.
Right then,
He's like, Schwann's in face, and he's like, Boston, make some
not even
noise.
close.
And everybody was like, boo. And I was like,
that's so good.
it's hard to make that recovery. It's hard to make that recovery
Disaster.
at all.
Wow.
That's a
It
Southwest.
is impossible to make that recovery when you are on your knees with a fake Schwann's in your face.
Isn't that a Southwest commercial? Guy on his knees.
lost my mind
Wanna
in
get
the
away?
audience, and I go, oh, dude.
I think we may have some audio.
Please,
Want to
yes.
get away?
Oh no, Troy Sivan saying Boston while in Chicago is retribution for Allie and AJ yelling Chicago while in Boston. I don't know who that is. Oh, I thought there was video.
Oh, so
That's
they're defending the move somehow.
He got up and was like, guys, I'm at Chicago. It's been a long tour. You know what I'm saying?
Damn it, Troy.
No.
But they like,
No, we don't.
They held on it. He kind of stayed on it for a minute. And I was like, just let it go, man. Just move on.
Wow.
Whoops. So you get okay. So
that was funny.
That was
a nice little treat.
That's good.
all right. So the show was. Give me a grade.
Is this a pass or fail, or we're a letter grade in
A
here?
letter grade.
Is it a Charlie X?
I mean, I'll be generous and say C.
Okay.
Whoa.
So it's
It
an
was enjoyable.
XCX.
You got to spend time with Tina.
Yeah, I mean, the people watching was
People
interesting.
watching was great. You got a story out of it. It's fine. You did it.
She got insulted in the bathroom by a couple young gals. Really came full circle for her.
What do you mean?
They just made fun of her outfit.
What?
She got the old person treatment for the first time.
What? This is supposed to be unity and
Right.
peace. And
Yeah,
fun
yeah,
and
yeah. I'll tell you
love.
I
what.
hate that.
Kind of. Some of the fans were kind of rude. They were brats.
Fun of
they're
her
brats.
outfit.
They were brats. She's like, I was in the bathroom and a couple of these young girls, they're dressed the freaking same, you know, in their little Hot Topic combat boots. And they're like, are you talking about Miss Lululemon over here? And like just roasted her in the mirror. She had on a cute dress and like knee-high boots. She looked great. It was like a tennis dress that she liked. And they,
Which
I
is
guess
super
they-
hot right
Yeah.
now.
Yep.
They're hot. They're in. And then these young girls that she's like, they just look like they're dressed exactly like I was dressed in the late 90s, early aughts. They're not doing anything new. And then they said it so I could hear it. And I go, what'd you do? You're a professional comedian. Did you roast these hoes or what? And she's like, no,
No.
I just left. They were making fun of me. And
Get
I
out of
was
here,
like,
old lady.
Sucks.
Get out of here, old lady. Yeah, she basically got the old
Get
lady.
out of here, old lady.
She got the Ledoux treatment in Chicago. Like she was getting roasted. So for her, I don't know what letter grade she would give it. She did say she was disappointed. She said she just felt like she didn't do herself justice. But it was good, it's whatever.
Well-
I went there and I told her, I go, here's the thing. I went here, my expectations couldn't have been lower. So don't worry about
And
me.
those expectations were met.
And they were met.
Right.
And it was great. So that was great. We did that.
And then you went out to a spa yesterday.
Yeah. Went to a spa called the Aire, A-I-R-E. Ancient spa. And it was like down in these like catacombs. It was cool.
Yeah. Relaxing.
It was pretty
Good massage?
relaxing. Yeah. Like that was the other funny thing is like I've gone on record multiple times that I do not like stranger massages. I
Really?
don't. Not a fan. Because I've done a couples massage before. It just like, all it does is break up like my sinuses. And then I just feel like it's not sexy. You don't want anybody in there with you. It's like they got to put a bucket under the little hole.
So your snot drips out.
Yeah, because it's like, they start rubbing on your neck and it starts breaking all your sinuses up. And I'm like,
Lymph
this isn't
nodes.
hot at all. That didn't happen. But we got there, and I guess when she checked in, I felt bad. She checked in with Like the husbands or the men go in one locker room, the women go in another, and then you meet down in your little robe.
Yeah, you're all robed up.
You're all robed up.
Put your
So I'm just sitting there with I'm sitting there like with another guy. We got done, and then Tina comes down with his wife, I guess. So they're at the podium checking in, and then they're like, all right, let's go to your massage room, and she takes us on the tour. Well, I guess when they checked in, they must have checked in this gal's. They thought I was her.
Ah.
So we get to the couples massage, and Tina's got, because I think you can pick guy or girl, right? And I'm not, listen.
It's okay. You just want a woman to rub you down.
There's well, here's the thing.
I don't like when I go for a massage, I don't like a guy massage.
I thought that.
You can have that preference.
You can have that preference. And then when you don't, I felt, so here's what happened.
They push the guys on you.
I get there. It's a guy. He's as surprised as I am to see me. He didn't seem like he wanted to do it. He was like, oh, are you
Linda?
Yeah. Are you Linda? And I'm like, no. And he's like, are you Linda Jenkins? And I was like, no. And he's like, yeah. So the reservation I have is not for you. This has never happened before. So there's like this whole, so Tina panics. There's a girl there and a guy there. But they're standing right in front of us now. And now, like, this conversation's happening live and in real time. And I'm like, I don't know. Do you want us to go check in again? He goes, no, I guess it's under her name, and it is the right time. It's an hour, so I guess we could just do it. But you're not who I had scheduled. And I'm like, I don't work here. You tell me what to do.
Right.
So he's like, okay, well, you guys just, you know what, we'll just do it. And then Tina's like, she goes, what do you want to do? And I go, this isn't my plan, girl. What do you want to do? I go, just pick your poison.
So
and she goes, I'll go with her. And I was like, damn, you strung me out. I was putting it on you so you could make me not look. So John's like, looks like you're with me. And he takes me in. And the guy was amazing. He was great.
I'm sure. If it were me, I
thought about you in this moment. I go, he would leave.
I'd be furious at my wife.
Here's the thing that's... Here's what bugged me about it. And the guy was amazing. Turns out I needed John's strong hands on me, and I didn't know it. I didn't know it at the time. So couldn't have been more professional. He was great. He's like, take off your swimsuit, get in between these sheets, lay down. I'm like, all right, John, whatever you say, Daddy. He leaves. Then all of a sudden from the other room, Tina's like, the other lady comes in and is like, she's changed her mind. She wants it to only be 45 minutes. Is that? And so now there's another conversation. And I go, why?
Come on.
And she's like, I just hear her yell from the other room, I'm Manic. I'm Manic, and I changed it. I'm sorry. I'm Manic. And I go,
Tina.
Awesome.
I love her
Put
so
her in.
much.
5 minutes.
Dude, it's like so dark. There's candles. They're in the catacombs,
And
dude.
she's screaming, I'm Manic.
Yeah. And it's like this music is like this. It's like, kind of like Indian Vishnu music playing.
You hear like a small fountain, but you can't see any water.
I was just drinking tea with rose hips in it. I don't know.
Literally, yeah. We just had like just ginger flavored water. And I just hear her goes, I made a manic decision. I'm sorry. And I'm like, what? It's your world. She's like, I wanted more time in the salt baths. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So he's like, okay, now it's 45. Is that okay with you? So like, it just felt like we ruined this guy's day.
Yeah, because he's got an hour routine. Like his
Yeah,
he's
we
got
threw
an
him
hour
off.
repertoire.
It's like me going on stage and the headliner cutting my time or something. Like right before you go on, like, hey, cut your time by 10 minutes.
And
you planned for something.
There goes the hamstring rub, and I'm so good at that.
Yeah, and that's what I think I missed out on the feet, which I wanted.
Oh, man.
That is bad.
So he's like, you got any problem here? And here's the thing. Like, when you're getting a massage, for me, when a woman does it, usually they have like smaller, it feels like pampering or somehow like rejuvenating, like I'm getting like there's a little raccoon rubbing me back there. When a guy does it, it feels like physical therapy. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just a different vibe.
Yeah.
I needed the physical therapy. I didn't know it at the time. But I also feel like with John, I can't say no to stuff because then I'm judging I'm in my head like, oh, if I tell him don't rub.
Were you naked?
Oh, yeah. I'm like, if I tell him not to rub any area, then it's going to seem like I'm uncomfortable. which is going to make him feel uncomfortable.
No, you
So I didn't want to do that, but that's what I'm saying. That's all.
I know.
You were manic
I
then
get it.
too. No, it's totally fine if you don't want a spot rub. They usually ask you. Usually fill out a little thing that says like, "Hey, avoid this area." You know,
And
I
it's
didn't fill
totally
out nothing.
fine that when he tells you to flip over, you say, "Can you give me a minute?"
Yeah.
yeah.
But I'll tell you what,
there.
Can you leave the room for a minute?
John was working my glutes, and I was like, I kind of like it, John. Get in there, buddy. He was picking
Get
up
in there
my
with those
leg,
meaty
and
hands.
he was like rotating
Hell
my big
yeah.
ham hock leg. I mean, he had his work cut out for him. He was breathing hard. When he was lifting up my legs, I could feel John earning his money. And it was just so at some point I had to disassociate, and I just go, here's what it is. I'm a fighter. I'm a boxer who was paralyzed in a match.
Oh.
And this man is my physical therapist who's going to make me able to fight again, like that Vinny
Yeah, the
Pazienza
story,
movie.
yeah,
you ever-
story in your head.
yeah, you ever seen that Vinny Pazienza
Oh, yeah.
movie where he's like, he's got like headgear on, and the doctor's like, "You'll never walk again." He goes, "You're wrong, Dr. Cotty. I'm gonna fight again." I'm like, that's what was going on. That's a script in my head, and then I started enjoying the hell out of
Okay.
it because I'm like, this guy's bringing me back. I'm gonna be a champion again.
Yeah. With every touch, it's more life going into my body. I get it.
Yeah, and it felt great. And the spa was cool. Then she had like an hour. You would have loved this part. The spa had they had like different temperature hot. They had like a saltwater float. Then they had just like different levels of heat all the way up to like a cauldron with cold plunges. They had a peppermint sauna, a lavender sauna.
Oh, nice. So this is air in Chicago.
Wow,
top
it's
Pretty
notch,
nice. So
huh?
we spent like an hour and a half in there, and I did,
Ancient Spa, established 2006.
yes, exactly.
Very ancient.
But it was kind of cool because they had a part where you could swim outside. You could go under this thing, and then you're outside in like a hot waterfall. It was pretty nice.
Oh, cool.
That's pretty neat.
So, yeah, that part was cool. And then I did the cold plunge a couple times. It felt pretty good.
All right. Well,
So overall, it was fine.
Tina did well. Tina
Yes.
did
Way to
great.
go, Tina.
Way to go, Tina.
Yeah, Tina.
Yes.
You look like you're rejuvenated a little bit.
Do I am
John
so
put
tired.
some life into your body.
I'm so sore
John,
and tired.
John laid
Way to
hands.
John.
John,
Shout out
after
to
my time
John.
with John, my ass is so sore because he just got in there.
Shout out to John.
Thanks, John. Hey, John,
Hey.
you're good at what you do, my friend. Go to air and ask for John.
As for John. Hey, a couple stories I want to get into before we hit the first break of the morning. Was it last week we talked about Loki Skywalker?
Yeah, man, we can't stop talking about it on this show.
Yeah.
Loki Skywalker out in the UK. Parents wanted to get him a passport. UK government, they were like, "Nah, change his name or you have to get a waiver from Disney." Well, that is not the weirdest name I've ever heard
Go on.
as of this morning. Because I read a story about another person, this particular woman who is 52 years old, who's got to have the weirdest for real name I have ever heard in my life.
Weirder than Elon Musk's kids' names? They're very scientific and alien sounding?
Yes.
Okay.
Weirder than that. This woman, she lives in, she's in Baltimore. She's in Maryland. Her name is Marijuana Pepsi.
President.
Coming to a store
Marijuana
near
Pepsi.
you. Marijuana
Pepsi Van Dyke.
Wow.
That is her real name.
Marijuana is a beautiful word, though. We were talking about beautiful
Is
words
it?
the other day. Marijuana?
Yeah,
Absolutely,
Mary.
it's a pretty
You
name.
could be Mary Wanna.
Marijuana.
It is kind of a cool word.
Marijuana? What?
Yeah, it's
I mean,
just
just
like
watch
a-
your face when you say it. Watch this. Watch this. Marijuana.
Marijuana.
Marijuana. But I say marijuana.
Marijuana.
Your face does the same thing.
Now, the
So-
Pepsi is weird.
So, 52-year-old Marijuana Pepsi Van Dyke was given her name by her mom, who said, now, why did the mom give her that name?
Because those were the first things she saw as she had the baby in the Walmart.
She said that name would, quote, take her around the world due to its originality.
And here she is in St. Louis.
And we are talking about Marijuana Pepsi right now in St. Louis.
She's everyone's bud.
Thank you, Scott. Growing up, Marijuana said she would be questioned. She would be whispered about. People assumed her mom took drugs or was in prison, which she says was not true. In fact, Marijuana has a PhD in higher education leadership,
Higher.
works at Community College of Baltimore County, is the founder of Action as Empowerment Center for Change. So not only is it Marijuana Pepsi, it's Dr. Marijuana Pepsi.
Dr. Marijuana Pepsi.
Should be the Surgeon General for Herbert Mountain Dew Camacho's presidency.
She says people are sometimes uncomfortable with saying her name. They would nickname her Mary. But she says, no, don't call me Mary.
Call me Juana.
Call me Marijuana. That's my name. She's not a fan of soda. She said she's never smoked weed, which I don't believe. Although she gets approached by marijuana companies all the time asking to work with her. She says she will never change her name. She said she's never changing her name to make a point that you can't judge somebody by their name alone.
Yeah, Rizz.
Well,
You think that's true, though? You think she's
No.
never smoked weed?
I can't judge you by your name, but I can
If
judge
you were
your
named
parents.
after weed, wouldn't you try it once?
Of course, that's why I don't believe her. She says she's never smoked weed. I don't buy it.
Maybe she feels like it's
It's a nice
incestual
story.
or something. Like
it's a nice story.
I'm not going to smoke myself.
She didn't inhale.
She says classmates and even teachers would whisper and come up to me asking if it was my real name. I would overhear people speculating if my mom was a crackhead. I still have people say that to this day. When people find out my name, they ask my nickname instead. I said, she says, I tell them if calling me marijuana isn't comfortable, they could call me Dr. Van Dyke.
Call me Ganja.
She says it's my superpower because I don't have to live within the expectations of others. People think things about me based on my name, but I define success on my own terms. Dr. Marijuana has a son.
Named?
And what is his name?
Oh,
Chris.
Chris stole meth.
Oh, that's a
Isaac,
good one.
yes.
Isaac.
You said Isaac?
Isaac.
Yeah, we're not judging you,
Sick,
man.
dude.
We're judging your mom.
Marijuana. I do think that's a pretty word, though. I don't.
It is, but you know you're
The
just
Pepsi's stupid.
you're just setting your kid up for difficulty, unnecessary difficulty. Well, it's asinine.
Marijuana Rizzuto.
Well, so again, she keeps saying in this article, hey, my mom was not a crackhead. She was not a user. She was not a criminal.
Have we even
Just
touched
me.
on the Pepsi part?
Well, and we get to that. She says marijuana was selected because she said it would make the daughter stand out and be a force in the world. She is not sure why Pepsi though.
Oh, okay. So we have no explanation.
We have
there.
no explanation.
Such
for
a
Pepsi.
such a brilliant explanation for the first one, and that was just
Yeah. Well,
come on.
Mom is dead, so
She
Mom is
started
not alive.
using by the second name.
Although the Pepsi, one would assume it is to make the name even more unique. She's had applied for jobs and has been declined. And she said she was declined jobs despite her extensive qualifications, all on the basis of her name.
Well, I bet most places think it's a joke. When they see it, they're like,
Right.
oh, okay. Well, come on.
Yeah, unnecessary difficulties.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one for sure.
Listen, if you were HR and you had a resume come across your desk that said marijuana Pepsi Van Dyke, in all honesty, you'd go, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if there's
This
a
is a joke.
picture, you're like, nah, not real.
But you'd probably say no thanks, right? Because you're assuming it's going to come with some sort of drama. And I know it's just an assumption, but that is how the planet works.
Yes.
You're going to assume that's going to come with something that you ain't got time for. You know what? No thanks.
Yeah. Well, that's marijuana Pepsi Van Dyke. The real person out in
What a product that would be, though.
Super glad that
Marijuana Pepsi.
that she's doing well, though. I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's great.
PhD in higher educational leadership. I don't know what that is.
That's amazing. You were not set up for that very well, and
Like a
you still
dean.
accomplished it. So great job.
Higher educational leadership. Hey, if somebody's having a heart attack on a plane, is there a doctor in the house? Is marijuana raising her hand?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, who's that chill kid in the corner? Oh, that's that's cocaine Coca-Cola. That's cocaine pepper.
Yeah.
Cocaine doctor.
So that's the story of marijuana Pepsi Van Dyke. Another story I read this morning. Headline: Aussie twin sisters want to share boyfriend and live as a throuple.
Okay.
Yes, this caught my eye because, of course, what's the first question? What's the first question you have when you see this headline?
Are they twins or?
Aussie twin sisters want to share boyfriend and live as a throuple.
Oh, the first thing you think of is you're not touching each other, are you?
Of course, that's the first thing you're thinking of.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that too.
Like, what? That's kind of...
That's not the first thing you thought of?
I mean, I just know I'm going like, whose idea was this? That's the first thing I'm thinking. It was the
Aussie
guys.
twin sisters want to share a boyfriend and live as a throuple.
Interesting.
Your first thought is, wow, they're touching each other.
I don't go to touching each other. No, I go to, okay, I don't feel okay about this. That's the first thing.
Rafe, is that where your mind went first?
For thruples? I was thinking about the chore list. Honestly, the chore wheel.
Not just a throuple. Twin sisters want to share boyfriend and live as a throuple. Your first thought is?
Twins, Basil, twins. Of course, that's everybody's first thought, right?
Mm-hmm. Of course it is.
I wonder if maybe it's not as dirty as that. Like maybe it's like, okay, this is my house, this is my sister's house. I mean, trust, the whole thing is
I have an answer, by the way. I have an answer. I do have an answer because they do go into it.
Okay, go.
As far as how this is going to work out.
You get Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays?
Yeah.
But, and I'm asking you, Rafe.
Yes.
Twin sisters.
Yes.
Throuple.
Yeah.
Is it hot or is it as the guy?
In my head?
Yes.
Yeah, it's hot as hell. But
at the same time, is it very weird?
But it's also like, you get to bang two people, but they look exactly the same. So is that not as cool? Would you rather have a little variety?
Yeah,
I don't know.
You're kind of taking the bonus out of it.
Yeah. You're basically banging your wife's clone, which I could see solving a lot of relationship problems. Because you're like, you know, if you're like a super horny guy, it's like they could just be like, hey, you take him tonight. My God, this guy's the beat.
But yes, I get that part of it. But then there's the part of
seeing it's doing it at the same time.
They're sisters.
Yeah.
And that's very strange.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, the whole mind.
Well, if they were fraternal sisters, it would be just as strange.
Yes.
Sure. I think the twins makes it a little more palatable.
But does it? But my mind-penis connection right now is confused.
Mine too.
Didn't this happen with the old boy from whatever band?
Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah, right. Wasn't he dating twins?
He was dating
Benjamin
twins.
Burnham?
Really? Yeah.
Yes.
Or that was the thing. And because I remember seeing him with him at some festival years ago. I don't think that he's with him no more.
No.
I live with Aussie twins, and they demand a lot of walks.
We're trying to have a serious conversation here about a guy banging sisters.
That is the first thought.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Which is, I mean, that's part of the fantasy, right? Is the same time.
But at the same time, it's
and you're like,
very West Virginia.
Y'all are getting too close to each other.
Yeah, it's incest. It's incest.
It's incest.
In person.
And
I don't want to watch that.
Wow.
These chicks are hot, by the way, too.
I wonder if that's the chemical, though. You know, if you are identical twins and everything about you is identical, does that mean your attractions to other people are identical? And are they thus very both attracted to this one guy and they're fighting over him and they're like, whatever, we'll just
Let me show you a
date him.
picture. Look up April and Amelia Madison. And Amelia with an A. A-M-E-L-I-A. Madison.
They're from the West Virginia of Australia.
Of Australia. Yeah, they're Australian twin sisters.
Madison twins.
The Madison twins.
Oh, my.
They're hot.
They're hot.
At least they never use...
Yeah, this guy's doing fine.
Why is the guy's face blurred out? That's not fair.
Because I don't think that's the boyfriend.
Is this a business?
Are they just
Yeah, it has to be. I mean, look at the photoshopping.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they make money.
They make money on this.
Doing speaking tours at colleges?
Wait a minute. Scroll up again, Moon. It says, our boyfriend bought me a necklace.
Oh, so I guess they did find a boyfriend because they said...
to tell them apart.
Yeah, 2 different necklaces.
Sisters April and Amelia Madison have shared everything from the minute they were born, from Barbies and bicycles to dresses and makeup. It always just came naturally to them. Now that they're all grown up, the 20-year-old twins are still incredibly close. So close, in fact, they decided to share a boyfriend. That is, once they find the perfect man. So the twins explained that it would take a special kind of someone to fulfill their unique request. April said people say that twins being into the same person or vice versa is a kink. But both Amelia and I have the same taste in almost everything. We both find the same type of guy attractive and look for the same things in a boyfriend. We like guys who are tall, muscular, tatted, and handsome. Most importantly, he must be kind, down to earth, and with a good sense of humor. And the women came to this decision after they both tried to have separate boyfriends in the past, but claimed their partners always grew jealous of their close bond. Therefore, with just one boyfriend between them, the twins are more confident this would not be an issue.
This is PR for an OnlyFans.
Yeah, dude.
This is all this is.
This is an ad.
Yeah.
But, I mean, sounds like they're really doing these things, so.
Let's take it for what they want us to take it
No
as.
thanks.
It begs the question. Hot or weird?
I'm
Or
going
weird and hot.
I would say I get it and no thanks.
Yeah.
And they do say, they're excited to go on dates and hang out together as a throuple. But there is one activity that everybody's got a question about.
Right.
Fighting. How do you win that fight?
Tickling.
Just think about an argument. You're
Yes.
getting ganged up on with twin language. You're toast. You're never winning an argument.
No.
It's constantly going to be, it's 2-on-1 constantly. These girls clearly have a bond that's unbreakable.
Oh, and they probably share. Yeah, I mean, they finish each other's sentences.
They're going to be finished sentences about you're lacking, what you're lacking. Oh, man. That'd be brutal, actually.
Yeah. Is
Brutal.
the juice worth the squeeze? Well, they do say that our boyfriend will only ever engage with us sexually one at a time.
Oh.
One at a time,
He's got
guys.
morals. That's good.
As we don't share a bedroom, he will take in turns being with each of us separately. Maybe half a week in one bed and half the other.
Have you guys ever had friends that have dated siblings before or slept with siblings, like in different times? Because I have a friend who, I have 3 friends. I'm friends with all these people, and they've all, like, done each other. I mean, not the siblings, but, like...
Yeah, I slept with sisters.
This chick, have you?
Really?
I mean, that's wild. Like, I feel like that would be... I don't know what that would do to the family. Like,
We didn't date. It was just kind of casual.
Oh.
It was like bonfire, whatever.
strange.
How far apart?
Siblings?
No. Events.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Great question.
They were all within
Thank
the
you.
span of like a couple of years.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so not like 1 week and then the next week.
No. It was
Like-
just kind of like 2 sisters that were like a year apart. Went to high. I mean, that probably happened to them often.
It has a Southern Illinois bingo card
Yeah,
there. The mom,
kinda. I mean,
the mom is up in the corner, and
It's
the
a shallow
cousin is-
pool. You can't be
I'll give you that.
testing everybody's DNA lineage. You just got to go for it.
I dated a guy that my cousin sort of dated, and like the
You found
guy
out
and I.
weird?
Well, I didn't know that they. So I started dating him, and we had like a really great relationship. Like we still just love the crap out of each other, and like I didn't know that they had dated just kind of. And it kind of ruined my relationship with my cousin and it was years later, and
She didn't like it.
Yeah, she was upset, and I was like, "Dude, I had no idea," But again, Southern Illinois, small pool, and it kind of tore their friendship up after. I was
Yeah, you got to kind of get over it, man.
With the sisters you were with, were they upset that you gone with both?
Not at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're
Not at all.
looking for friendliness with that, just go up North County with some of the crews that I hang with, because they've all dated each other. They're all related or trying to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're all buds. Like everybody's dated everybody, and it's like
I feel like that just happened maybe it's just where I was from. The dating pool was so small because there's not that many people. So it's like, I mean, your buddy was going to date a girl that you liked that probably broke up with you at some point. Like, that is just the way it was. And if you chose to be mad or, you know what I mean? Like, so I feel like it falls into that category down in So Ill. Because it was like, unless it was like, oh, sister dated a guy for like 3 years. He's been introduced to the family, come to Thanksgiving with sister. Now he's dating the other sister.
Yeah.
That would probably be weird as hell. But like, it was pretty casual. So it didn't.
Especially in high school and you're in your
Yeah, it's high
late
school.
teens and early 20s.
It was like, hey, you want to fool around tonight?
Fine.
At the bonfire. It wasn't like a serious relationship.
Right.
That might be different.
Yeah.
If you've met the parents as the boyfriend of the other sibling, that would probably be weird. That's probably where things would get a little odd. But you never met this guy, right? Your cousin? Like, then you didn't meet this guy at Thanksgiving, forget about it, and then
No.
date him like 7 years later. or
No,
something.
he was friend. So he was like a friend of my family, but I didn't meet him till like years later, and then dated him, and like some people in my family like knew him already, and I was like, oh, that's weird. And then I found out, oh, my cousin sort of dated him, and she never told me. And
how far'd they get?
I don't know, man.
All the way.
Never ask.
No, should I call her? Let me call her 20 years later and ask her about that.
All right. I just think with the twins thing, it's.
Do you think that it's better since they don't sleep in the same at the same time?
Still
Does
weird.
that make it?
It's weird.
Does that make it better for?
That's less weird for sure.
It's less weird, but it's still a little strange.
I feel like I don't know if I'm thinking from the guy's perspective. I'm like, is it as cool to be dating identical twins that you sleep with separately, or are you just is the workload? Because you're in a relationship, you still got to go out to dinner. You got to pay for 3 people, right? You gotta.
Yeah, it looks good on paper.
It looks good on paper.
It's good on
but if you
paper.
really
I'm sure you're getting high fives because these girls are hot too.
Sure. And he's boyfriend. He's not husband. This isn't a. This is kind of a free.
Yeah, let's try this out. Let's see
Yeah.
how this goes.
What happens then? What you got to propose to one and marry the other? Like, well, how's that work?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what about the conjoined twins that one is get married?
Well, that's a
I mean,
very
that's a little
special
different.
situation.
That's a little different.
I love
Remember
that,
that one?
people dated the conjoined twins. I think that's great.
Yeah, the one is married.
Right. I think that's awesome. The
Hey,
conjoined.
I want everybody to find happiness. That's it.
Me too.
That's it. Hey, before we get to traveling weather, this is the time of year where deer love wandering out onto the road. Have you been noticing more deer?
Wander season.
This is wandering season, and this was a big article on KSTK this morning. Deer mating season and peak activity starts this month and peaks in November in Missouri. Drivers traveling throughout the state, you have to be on the lookout between the hours of 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Missouri frequently ranks among the top states for deer vehicle collisions. In fact, we were 10th. We're 10th in the country. There is, I saw the stat here. What is it? I forgot what the number was. Every 2.5 minutes, a deer is hit on the road or something like that.
Wow.
In Missouri. But they say stay on guard after a close call or when you see a single deer. There are likely more. Watch for the reflection of deer eyes from vehicle headlights and slow down so you can more easily react to their presence. And the one big thing is they say never swerve to avoid animals in the road. It could cause you to lose control of your vehicle or swerve into another lane, another car, hit you head on, resulting in what would be probably worse than you hitting the deer.
I was on a walk last night and I saw 7 deer in my neighbor's yard, and it was just so cool to walk up on them, Then they just sprinted off, jumped over a fence. I love that.
They say a road that runs through woods is an attractive place to a deer. Food grows close by. It's a clearing of sorts so predators can't easily sneak up on them unseen. On the simplest level, animals take the road for the same reason people do. It's easy.
Yeah, they got to go to work.
It's easy going.
Yeah, it's brave deer season when a dog like mine is barking excessively.
Yeah.
If your dogs are barking more while they're out, it's because these deer are just harassing them. A deer come up. I think Scott was over and he saw it. Like the deer just come up and they kind of look at the dog and go, "You idiot! You're never getting out of that fence. I'm just gonna prance over here
We
and
could easily jump it.
harass you, rub it in."
So the prime natural real estate, coupled with deer mating season, causes a spike in deer collisions during the state around this time. The human ritual of falling back for daylight savings time worsens the risk of collisions as rush hour for most commuters moves to the same hours when white-tailed deer are most active, dawn and dusk. So if a deer is hit, MoDOT says, hey, don't try to take the animal off the road yourself. Instead, call them. 1-888-ASK-MoDOT, and they'll send a crew out there. Don't try to drag it off the road yourself.
Yeah.
You hear horror stories about that. So just, again, be careful out there, guys. That's it. Be careful of the deer. All right, now let's do this. All right, that's brought to us by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, St. Louis's home for Blues hockey. From St. Charles, Alec Ridgan is our Alec Ridgan. Alec has been a longtime Point Fan Daily RizzShow listener for the last 5 years. His wife introduced him to the show, and he's been a converted Rizz evangelist ever since. Attends many RizzShow events and meetups with his wife and son. Attended Point Fest 2023, thanks to his sister winning tickets by playing 3 and 5 on the air. Loves Rafe's ability to insert a good joke into any scenario. Learns knack of finding redeeming qualities to the most bizarre people and stories. Moon's positivity and outlook on life. King Scott's rain delays and my anger towards stupid people. Stoked to be a part of the Team Rizz family. Alec Ridgan from St. Charles is our Team Rizz member of the day. Get the super sweet Team Rizz member of the day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with some news, including details on an emergency job fair being held for former Armory St. Louis workers, a major bookstore to open up at the Galleria, and a story that's going to be near and dear to Lern's heart and probably break her heart. A $10,000 reward offered for a Washington, Missouri man's arrest after cat cruelty.
Ladies, it's time to assemble.
Oh,
what?
And one more local story. A breakfast institution shutting down after 80 years.
Oh, I know this as well.
Oh.
So
Was it 80
sad.
years or 60 years? I don't know. A long time. All right, it's 7:17. It is Wednesday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Delays of 9 minutes, 270 eastbound between 55 and Gravois. Speaking of 55, we got a right-hand shoulder block due to a stalled vehicle 55 southbound just after 141. Your point forecast, chilly start, but a beautiful afternoon. High of 74 right now. It is 53 at the Point Studio.
About Dr. Hawatma and South County Urological. Dr. Hawatma was in here a couple months ago talking about guys getting their prostates checked out, which is super important. Guys, there is a stigma when it comes to prostate exams. Oh, it's gay. I'm not having anybody put a finger up there. Or, listen, guys, it could save your life. It's not a big deal. But it actually is a big deal because early detection of prostate cancer is life-saving. So that prostate health stuff, any questions, South County Urological, they're there for you. They'll do prostate cancer screenings. If you have an enlarged prostate, which occurs in all men as they age, can be an issue for having problems going to the bathroom, contact them. South County Urological, 314-843-8000. Also, treatment of kidney stones. They have a stone center. You'll be treated quickly. And what I went there for was my no scalpel vasectomy, which my insurance covered. South County Urological, they do it all. 314-843-8000, southcountyurological.com.
It's 105.7 The Point. Donnie Fandango backstage, way back Point Fest. Goldfinger, and we got everybody. How you guys doing? It's great to have you.
Woo! Thanks for having us.
Well, and welcome back to St. Louis. I know specifically people were absolutely stoked to see you guys and have you guys back here. And, our buddy Moon is waving that Goldfinger flag when you guys aren't here, man.
Moon rules.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've known Moon way before Moon.
Thanks, buddy.
He's a really good man and an incredible musician, and it's an honor to have him in the band with us. Really, really incredible.
Thanks, John.
And I say this, and we're going to do this. We're going to make him feel uncomfortable. We're going to talk about him right in front of him, all right? But you have access to probably thousands of musicians. Moon, we see what Moon does with Greek Fire and things. What was it about him that you wanted to bring him into Goldfinger? Obviously, he can do a lot of stuff, so I would assume that. He's a good-looking dude. There's that, too.
The first conversation I think I ever had with Moon was, would you make out with Sting? And his answer was, of course, yes,
Yeah,
of course.
in an instant.
Yeah.
Can I get an autograph, too?
And we both were in agreement that we would both jerk him off. And that was actually what we were talking
That
about.
actually is
It wasn't
true.
about making out.
Yeah.
It's about...
Yeah, you had the poster above, and I was like, that's my dude, man. Him and Garth
And you
Brooks.
slept in the studio and wanked every night to
Well,
Sting.
yeah, I didn't even tell you that. How did you know that?
My camera, I had my camera on you.
Man.
So I was wanking to you, wanking to him.
One question that I have is, we see you guys do these little pockets of tours here and there, and I know you guys all have day jobs in which that you do with other bands and producing and things, but why don't you guys do more? It seems like when you do, people are freaking pumped when you're playing shows and putting out a record. Is it just a matter of timing, I would assume, with all of the other projects that you have going on?
Well, I mean, look, there is a bunch of factors, including my knees are not 18 years old anymore.
Somebody is over at your house or you're over at their house and they're a good friend and they got an issue and you're like, oh, you know what? I know who you should call to solve that. You feel good. You're like a matchmaker to something, to alleviating worry from a loved one's mind. And that's what I'm trying to help you with when it comes to Woods Basement Systems. I'm looking for the feeling of helping you out to make sure that you don't have to worry about whatever issue you're having with your basement. Basement waterproofing, foundation repair, crawl space repair. Maybe you got some mold issues. You want to do some mold prevention. Or maybe, like me, you had a big old slab of concrete that was sinking into the earth. The earth was trying to reclaim it. And it was something that you had to worry about every couple of years. Well, Woods Basement Systems has a special offer for you at moonloveswoods.com, because I do love woods. moonloveswoods.com for any of those kind of situations. And the loveliest part, what I have experienced myself, is not having to worry about my sinking concrete issue anymore, because Woods came over and not only did they, concrete level, they installed piers. So it's fixed forever, because this kind of stuff doesn't go away. It doesn't just get better with time. You got to prevent further damage, and you don't want to wait. These problems don't get better with time. They get better with Woods. So check out moonloveswoods.com. That's the website from Woods Basement Systems, the all things basementy experts. moonloveswoods.com.
What's going on? It's Liv, and I'm in the Four Brothers Mead tent, joined by a few of the members of Papa Roach. How's it going, guys?
I'm great. I'm great. Good to be here. Point Fest again.
Yes, and I know
doing it.
you're a Point Fest veteran. This is my first one.
Oh, really?
And the guys were telling me, he's like, you know what? Jacoby one time came over here, took his pants off into the whole interview in his underwear.
Damn, I don't
So
even
you are a
remember that.
bit overdressed.
Damn. It's part of my,
Are we going to roll the clip?
Dude, I got to see this. I totally forgot that.
Apparently it happened.
I know. I do look good with my pants off, though. But, yeah.
That would push ticket sales for tonight.
Totally.
We're so excited that you guys are here. You got Ego Trip.
Yeah. It's out.
It's out. It's incredible. And we were just talking off the interview that I'm from Maine. A lot of snow in Maine, and I gotta say, Swerve is my snowstorm driving jam. Crank it up, and when it's coming down and people are driving all over the road, the perfect song.
That's perfect, for real. I can just imagine seeing all these cars just like
That's exactly how it
careening
goes.
off into the ditch.
Yep. Now, you guys just released a music video for No Apologies. One steady shot. Tell me about that.
Take. Yeah, that was cool. That was we've been doing it for a little while, and it was great for the tour. We did it pretty much every day, but we picked the best one, and it was like it just the crowd came alive, and it just made for a great show. And
I think we'll do it again tonight.
Do it up.
I mean, we've been doing it every night. We're like, hey, one take music video, let's go.
Yeah.
It's so good. And your brother does it.
Yes, he does all of our content, and it's fun having him on the road. He's not here with us today. It was just like we got 2 shows, so we're playing here,
Give him
and then
a
we're
day off. He's family, right?
Yeah. He actually works both for us and the Struts that are here today.
That's incredible.
Oh, Luke. The bold, dashing Luke. I think
Okay,
he's
so
awesome.
when's the Papa Roach Struts collab?
I mean, you never know.
Maybe
next album.
See?
We'll see.
You heard it here first. It's happening. Now, speaking of collaborations, one of the biggest songs, what was it, last year, 2 years ago, you teamed up with The Who, the HU, the Mongolian throat singing.
Get ready for the spooky season by eliminating all the spooky dirt, grime, and spills from the house. Yeah, your carpet is disgusting. Your house is gross. It's time to call on the pros at Rizz. Carpets, tile, rugs, upholstery, basically every surface in your home can be Rizzified. So get Rizz in there. Their friendly cleaning techs always walk you through the entire process. They make sure you're completely satisfied with the cleaning before they leave. It's an amazing experience. And right now, you could get your entire home Rizzified from St. Louis's ultimate carpet cleaner. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at $129. And don't forget about those air ducts. This month, take $75 off that air duct cleaning. And air duct cleaning is going to help with allergies and asthma, less dust, lower energy bills, and your home's going to stay cleaner longer. Oh, don't forget about cleaning your dryer vent, too. Schedule your appointment with Rizz right now at 314-474-2020 or book online anytime at ZeroRezzSTL.com and say you want the RizzShow special. Spelled backward or forward, it spells the same, Rizz. All right, welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz. The socials at RizzShow Show. Your emails, RizzShow1057thepoint.com. Talked about our October fundraiser. Yesterday, we're all trying to support Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital with the RizzShow October fundraiser. And there are so many ways you could do so. The Hollow Weirdo stickers are coming back. They should be at Together Credit Union this weekend. We'll let you know. $1, you get one of those stickers. Again, proceeds support Cardinal Glennon. The RizzShow billboard will be out on tour this month. Stand by for announcements on that. Get your tickets for the RizzShow Corey Feldman Movie Fest Spectacular. That will be a week from Saturday, October 12th at the High Point Theater. For the kiddos and tweens, we have the Goonies playing. That's at 5 o'clock. And then we're going to do a showing of The Lost Boys, our Corey Feldman Film Fest.
Yeah.
So tickets are on sale now, thanks to the Bibb Agency and Allstate agent Tracy Bibb for helping us out with that. And all proceeds from ticket sales will support Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. I know Rafe's trying to get the Lost Boys saxophone player.
Man, I am in an email. He got a hold of me yesterday, and he goes, hey, man, I'm holding the date. It's too late to schedule anything else. I can still have the date open. Let me know what's up. Problem is, he has to make money, and I get that. And it's not that much. But Tommy's working on it. He's trying to find a donor who might donate to kind of sweeten the pot for people, and then we'll do a donation.
Yeah, because I don't want to take away money from the charity.
I know that's the hard
just
part.
To get the guy in to play a couple songs at the High Point.
But if he can do it,
if we
can do a meet and greet, and we can do donations at the meet and greet and raise more money. I'm trying to look at it as a way to make the event more dynamic, and raise more money.
Yeah.
Is it worth the investment? We got to figure that out because it's not that much. He only wants, basically ticket, hotel, and I think his appearance fee is like $1,000, which I know that is a lot of money. That's $1,000 it could go, and that's the thing. We're trying to figure out: is there somewhere in the budget we can move some money around
without taking money away from the kids?
Without taking monny away from the kids, and it might just come out of.
Maybe we can do this. If we can't,
just come out of our Papa
Rizz going to have to pay for this.
I might be willing to go in on it.
I mean, I'll also throw in for the kids. But hey, at the very least, if we can't get him in, he will be at the Heavy Anchor on December 12th.
Right.
That's true.
So maybe we could get tickets to that to give away.
Maybe.
Not the same.
Okay. Not the same.
Rafe
will be shirtless with the sax.
Maybe there'll be a great surprise on October the 12th.
Maybe. We'll see. Bologna Day miracles happen.
But we're doing the Goonies at 5. Lost Boys, what did we say, 7:30-ish?
It's all online. Whatever it says online, it's what it is.
Also, and big thanks to Cinema St. Louis for giving us the theater and allowing us to show those movies. And the hat of the week is back. And Moon this week is wearing a hat courtesy of Anton's. And thank you, Anton's.
That's right.
For your generous donation to Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital.
Huge. Anton's Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Energy Experts. This is who I use for all of my systems in my home. You can save 25% before 2025 and get an additional $4,800 off of a new system when you choose Anton's. Go to the website antonshvac.com, ANTONSHVAC.com. Thank you, Anton's.
Yeah, thank you, Anton's. This is a great way for you to get your business onto our show without having to spend a lot of money on advertising. So just go to 1057thepoint.com, and there's a couple links you just click. We'll get you in touch with a salesperson. We'll wear your hat all week. We'll give you some plugs. You'll get online. So the hat of the week, big thanks to Anton's for being our week one sponsor and sponsoring Moon's Head. I know it's a lot of info, but we're doing it all to support a great cause. So check out all the fundraiser details at 1057thepoint.com. Hey, just random thought here.
Hey. Good idea in the email. Someone said we could sell the Tim Capello experience as a VIP package.
Oh, God.
With chicken fingers.
Oh.
Chicky fingers, saxophone, baby oil.
Make some
Think
more
about
money.
it.
All right, I'll think about it. Just a random thought. Has anybody of the, what I'm going to call an unpopular opinion, that mini golf sucks?
What?
I really enjoy it.
I do
really?
too.
I really
Do you
do.
really?
He went there.
Man.
We do it all the time as a family. Any vacation we're at,
No, just random thought.
we give it a go. I like it.
I was a lucky kid because one side of our neighborhood we had putt-putt, and the other side we had Fun Acres. It was a good deal.
I'll join you in this. Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
I think it's stupid. I'd rather do literally anything else than play mini golf.
Regular golf?
No, no golf ever.
There was a...
Frisbee golf. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, stoners that I
So
love.
not
no
literally
disc
anything
golf.
else.
Over the weekend, we drove past a particular mini golf establishment, and there were couples that were playing mini golf together, and I'm like, are they really enjoying themselves?
Was there a man behind a woman helping her putt? Because I feel like that also it's like a cute. Let's have a cute date.
Like, if you're not 8,
I mean, if you're paying for a cheap, crappy one, I can understand it sucks. But like some of them are like all
Incredible.
out, bro. You got one of them. What's it called? Captain something or other. They're like a chain, but they're down south. They got a few of them in the Gulf of Mexico, and dude, they're so fun. They got
Are they
waterfalls.
really?
And stuff. Yeah, it's good. It was $8, and
Some
you
of
get
them
to-
really do phone it in, though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the phone in
I mean,
ones. you know,
there's a windmill, there's a clown head. It's mini golf is a huge adventure when life is new, when you're 8 years old.
You're just walking around a parking lot that has green on it.
Well, yeah, okay. I'm a dad. I'm taking my family. I'm saying from my experience, I love taking the family. It's a good time. I'm
Okay,
not going
are
there
you
by
doing it?
myself.
But are you doing it just to kind of like kill time with the family, or are you really enjoying it?
Both.
Really?
Yeah,
Do
the,
something
You're always standing
The goal-
awkwardly on
strategy-
the...
the goal is to do something that's not going to cost me more than $100 bucks.
Yeah.
And then while I'm there, I love it.
They never updated either. They like build it once in the 80s and then now it's deteriorated. And
I know there's the putt shack down at the Foundry, which is okay.
like at least at Top Golf, you're on a building and you're just swinging balls into the air. And that's kind of fun because you're up high. Putt-putt, you're in the ground, you're ground level. Nobody wants to work there that works at these places. It's not for me.
I like to bring my whole golf bag in with me.
That is cool.
You're saying
Carry
if,
it from
course
hole to
you do.
hole.
you're saying if they had putt-putt on a platform and then raised it up a few
Yeah, if
hundred
they
feet,
put,
it'd be
yeah,
a good time.
If I could be up in the air and like maybe like take a, what are they called with the harness, the zip line. If I could zip line to the other hole,
No, Top Golf
now
is
we're
way different
talking.
because you got you got your own bay. You can do whatever you want in the bay.
Yeah, Mai Tai. There's a heater
Yeah, you
there.
drink, you could eat.
There's a couch.
Yeah, it's a different experience.
It's a different experience.
I get
You got to
that
go to
for sure.
Hoboken then, because they have it on top of those out there at the beach. They have them on top of the buildings.
High intensity
Miniature
putt or mini golf is. I want to be John Claude Van Damme with a putter in my hand. You know what I'm saying?
I will say the putt shack is different.
Okay, fine. They're on some other level.
That's another level.
Okay.
But just your regular mini golf.
Your Branson
it
mini
sucks.
golf? No, thanks.
Look, great. You got a blue ball. I got a yellow
You guys
ball.
are brave. Thank you.
It was just an observation. Oh,
I'm just thinking it's
Mr.
brave. No,
Mr.
I
Big
didn't-
City here went to Chicago.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. Dude.
He knows how to speak.
I was in Chicago.
Honestly, putt-putt would have been better.
No. Just no.
All right, let's do some news.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
And your news being sponsored by
Energy Stars Heating and Cooling. Look to the stars and schedule your fall maintenance today.
Well, we talked about the Armory shutting down last week. That was big local news here. So an emergency hiring fair has been scheduled for all recently laid off Armory St. Louis workers. It's going to be today. Today from 9 a.m. to noon. This job fair is going on, but the first hour is exclusively for unemployed Armory workers.
How many people worked at the Armory?
I know.
I think there was 100 or so, right?
Enough. I mean, there was bartenders, there were maintenance workers, there was a lot of people that made that. That place was huge.
Yeah, I find this strange, though. I mean, has any other place ever done this before? A big place lets go of people, and then they have a job fair for those people? I mean, these people will get new jobs. They'll be all right.
I mean, I don't know why you're hating on this.
No, I'm not.
Nice.
If I was working at the Armory and they fired me or closed up shop, I would already be on LinkedIn. I would already be 2 days ahead of this.
Yes.
I'd be like, I don't need to go to this because I am already on
You're
my
already
own
ready
track.
to go?
Yes.
Okay. For those who are not, this job fair today is being held at 1520 Market Street in the first floor conference room, right next to Stiefel. It's that building right next to Stiefel. In fact, plan on parking in the Kiel Center garage. Bring your parking ticket in for a no-cost validation. But Topgolf's going to be there. Allied Security, Doubletree, Hollywood Casino, the Marriott Grand are among some of the employers who will be hiring. So you have a chance for some pretty decent work. So again, that's 9 to noon. First hour exclusively for unemployed Armory workers, 1520 Market Street. Now, as far as job interviews go, this is just a little aside here. Of all the career tips that I've seen, this might be the most boneheaded. Somebody talked to the CEO of a hiring platform who's interviewed thousands of people in her career, and she's seen a new trend recently. Her top advice for people who want to land a job is Google what the company does before you show up for your interview.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay? The top tip from the CEO of a hiring platform is Google what the company does before you show up for your interview. Because she says job candidates are arriving less prepared than ever.
Interesting.
And it's common now for people to show up knowing literally nothing. They just know there's an opening somewhere.
I haven't applied for a job in almost 20 years, which is crazy. And I have this fear in the back of my head, one day I'm probably going to have to do that again. And yeah, the first thing you always do is what the hell you're applying
Of course.
Well, yeah, you want to work somewhere that you want to work at.
Yeah. You want to make sure that this is going to be a good job for me. And I need to be prepared for this interview. So in case I get asked questions, I can answer them. What?
Yeah. That's the one thing the CEO of this hiring company is saying, hey, idiots, know what you're applying for.
Yeah.
There's a new trend now on LinkedIn. I guess what LinkedIn is, it's
networking.
social network for business people.
Yeah,
right?
social media for
Professionals.
Work, if you will.
So now people are on LinkedIn putting rings around their pictures
Yeah, it says hi.
that says desperate. Seriously.
Desperate.
Oh, really? Instead
Desperate.
of open for new opportunities, now it's just
It
hashtag
says
desperate.
Hashtag desperate.
That's
a new trend.
That's sad.
not the word you want to use.
Desperate. That is the word they're using. In fact, there was a big write-up about it. But researching what a company does used to be advice she only gave young people. But this woman, again, the CEO of this hiring platform, says even a lot of folks interviewing for senior level positions need to hear that now. Doing more research than that is even better, but at least know what the basics are, like what the company sells or the services they offer.
Are these people thinking, oh, this is going to be all about me? Because they're interviewing me.
Oh, they're lucky to have me do whatever here?
It's very main character energy of going into a job interview. Oh, this is just going to be about me. They're going to want to know all about me. Also, I would suggest adding on to that, knowing what the hell you're applying for, is ask questions in there. Ask all the questions.
Yeah, you're interviewing them as well.
Yeah.
Well, here's a less boneheaded tip that could be useful too. She says if there is a specific company you want to work for, try reaching out to the top boss directly on social media. She's hired a lot of people who've done it because it shows you're engaged and really want to work there, not just anywhere.
Yeah.
So
do the old mind.
That.
Do the old the mind trick. Just go in and be like, "You have 5 minutes to convince me to stay." Go.
That's how you got
stay
the
in
job
the
here.
seat.
Why does your company deserve me? Go. Sir, this is a McDonald's. Like, do you want the job? You already have the job if you want it.
Also, Mark says, do not wear sweatpants to a job interview. Yes, that's also a very useful tip. Thank you, Mark.
It worked for Stalter.
Oh, Anthony Stalter. He wore sweatpants to his interview?
Well, that's
I believe it.
ESPN.
That's true.
I believe it. There is a major bookstore opening soon at the Galleria Mall. Barnes & Noble.
Nice.
Yep.
I love a bookstore.
Do you?
I do. I was at Barnes & Noble the other day off of Clarkson.
Barnes & Noble will open up its 7th St. Louis area location this month when the store is scheduled to open at the Galleria.
Are they closing the one that's just a couple exits down?
7th location. I always thought the Barnes & Noble at the mall would be just a place to hang out.
Yeah.
I don't think
It's
I've
a
ever
great
seen
spot.
anybody buy anything there.
I love going and getting a coffee and just reading magazines for like
But then
hours.
leaving without buying anything.
Exactly.
Really.
Yes, it's the 90s
How do they
girl
stay
way.
in business?
I bought books the other day.
At Barnes & Noble?
Yes, I did. I bought Jonathan Van Ness's book, and I also bought a new Brene Brown book.
So you are keeping Barnes & Noble in business,
This
which
is why they're
great.
opening at the Galleria, because I bought 2 books. They were $1 million.
I feel like I wander in and I always purchase something.
You do?
Yeah,
I always
it's
wander
never,
in and go.
It's never intended.
It's usually, like one of the kids is with their friends, walking around the mall. I was just the ride. I was the taxi service, and I'm trying to kill some time. I go into the Barnes & Noble, wander,
Get something.
never get anything.
I
No,
bought
you
some
know-
gifts, too, while I was
I
there.
was just gonna say it's a gift place.
Yeah.
That's where I get gifts.
I got Tim a Banksy book. I got myself some markers. I got my friend Leonora like a little thing about being sophisticated as F. Little stack is like a gag gift. They got great
And they have
stuff.
great sales section, too. They always
I was
have
just
cool
at
stuff
Left
in there.
Bank.
Went down to the West End.
I walked out of there. 2 books on architecture, which is Gothic
Whoa.
architecture, and I've entered that phase of my life. And the little cat in the store, I told Lern this, dropped a toy. I tried to get me to pet it, and then it rubbed my leg and ran off. And then it dropped its little toy in front of a book, and it was an Alan Watts book, and I was like, "Whoa,
It's a sign.
this cat wants me to buy this book," and
Did
I
you buy
bought
it?
it. I did.
Maybe
It's
it's
good.
cursed.
You are
Maybe.
turning into a Wiccan.
The
I'm
cat's
here
the
for
number
it.
one salesman there.
That cat is pushing Alan Watts. It's goodbye.
So we say hello to a new Barnes & Noble, and we say goodbye to a
Orders.
We say goodbye to a South Kings Highway breakfast institution. Goodbye, Uncle Bill's.
So terrible.
Uncle Bill's Pancake House on South Kings Highway is closing
Where
in
am I
less than a week.
Do they still serve pancakes with a side of cigarette ash? Because if they do, I'm going to be
That's
there.
why it's closing. I bet they don't have the cigarette anymore.
That's probably right.
Not
We used to-
24 hours, and it's no cigarettes.
We used to go to rock shows. Like I used to go watch the 7-Shot Screamers at the Creepy Crawl with Mike Leahy on vocals,
Heck
and then I
yeah.
would go to Uncle Bill's and
On the Kings Highway
on the
location?
Kings Highway and smoke cigarettes that I didn't want to be smoking and eat
Yeah, it was like
pancakes.
time stopped when you walked in there.
It's great.
Like it stopped somewhere in the late 70s.
Yeah.
The seats were the late 70s. They still have the wooden tables with the little.
I also like to imagine there's like the little walkway to nowhere that goes up into the loft.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Uncle Bill lives up there. Uncle Bill's a real. I saw a guy walk down. He had an eye patch on. It was an Asian guy with an eye patch, and I go, God, I hope that's Uncle Bill. I hope with all my heart that's him.
William Choi is the man that owns Uncle Bill.
That is Uncle Bill.
Bill Choi.
Bill Choi.
I saw him. Real guy.
He is a real
Amazing.
person.
That was him. I saw Uncle Bill.
He says he's 80 years old, and he goes, it's about time.
Okay. Who's going to get the iconic sign?
He's the third owner, by the way.
Really?
He
Only a
changed his
bill.
name?
Can only a bill buy it?
I don't know.
Must
He
it?
is a
Is there a
third-
bill
he's the
that's been
third owner.
passed?
He's owned it since 87.
Nice.
So it was.
In
It
our
was the
lifetime.
guy, I mean, that you saw.
Here's my hard pitch on the radio. I'm making it now because I want to get ahead of it. Tim McKernan's younger brother, Kevin McKernan, is a good friend of mine. I love you, Kevin. You just bought Blackthorn Pizza. You bought Donut Drive-In. The guy is rescuing local businesses and revamping them, and he does it in a very successful way. He has a son named William. I don't know what else the universe has to shout at you.
To buy.
Kevin McKernan, to buy Uncle Bill's your son's namesake and a St. Louis treasure and restore it to its grace.
Well, the one on Manchester staying open. So the location of Uncle Bill's at 14196 Manchester.
Yeah. By Ulta. By
that across the street from
Nordstrom Rack area.
Yes, across the street
Like
from
141
Nordstrom
in
Rack. Yes.
Manchester.
That's not the same.
It's
That
not
is-
the same.
That's staying open.
Did there used to be one in Overland? I feel like there was. Wasn't that the one that was?
I
Okay,
think
so
there were just two.
it was right on Warson, or I'm sorry, Woodson, like Woodson and Midland, and there was like a. Back in the day, there was like an overhang that had a mural with a guy's wang on it.
Really?
And yeah, that was right above. Oh, what the heck was that? Wasn't that
I
an
think
Uncle
there were only
Bill's?
Uncle. I think there were only two Uncle Bills.
I think
One
that
on
was
Manchester,
Uncle
one on.
Richard's.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it's still, I live right by the Uncle Bill's on Kings Highway. It's blocks from my house.
Well, it's closed on October 8th.
That thing's still popping every Sunday. You can't find a parking space, like every weekend. Here's where they messed up, and here's where it can be fixed. Kevin McKernan. Now, I will say they've had some bad luck. Someone robbed the Taco Bell on Kings Highway, walked across the street. While the cops were called, while waiting on the cops to arrive, had time to rob Uncle Bill's as well and get away. Guess they got a lot going on in the city. So that's when they stopped being open all night. That and COVID. They got robbed. They're like, all right, somebody robbed us.
Sure, they can't find employees either.
It was like 1 o'clock in the morning when they got robbed. I think that pissed him off, and he's like, we're just going to close. So they started closing. Your booming business was late night dining. It was all
That's
the
only
drunks.
time I went there.
You don't.
Yeah.
You don't want to go at noon. You don't want to look around in there. Look at all that motif at noon. It's sad at noon. It's awesome at 3 a.m.
Yes.
Where you're like, yeah. I took Dave Attell there, and he's like, can you smoke in here? And the lady goes, technically, no.
Yeah, that was the rule.
And he's just put a cigarette up to his mouth, and she shrugged, and he lit up, and it was the greatest night. He goes, you can't smoke anywhere in New York anymore. This is the greatest night of my life. They brought him an ashtray. So late night dining comes back, and someone did drive their car through the front of it last year.
Yes.
They've had.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it doesn't come without risk, but man, if you open it back up late and you restore it to what it was, that place could be a good business.
The
Heck
Uncle
of a
Bill,
sales pitch there.
The Uncle Bill's on South Kings Highway was only good after 10 p.m.
Yeah,
That's hilarious. Yeah, you go to City Museum and then you head over there.
Only after 10 p.m. it was good. But again, the Manchester location is staying open. This guy, William Choi, old Bill Choi, I didn't know he had an eye patch. That makes it better. He's the third owner. He says he's 80. It's time.
What?
He's had it.
The guy's he's one-eyed Willie.
He is one-eyed Willie. That's a good point.
Tell you what, all comes back around to the Goonies.
Yeah, Riverboat Ron Magic
Chester
in the
Coffee
chat
Pot.
makes a good point. Industry people would get off their bar jobs at 3 a.m., go to Uncle Bill's. That's where people would get their dinner.
100%. As a comedian, it was the lifeblood of the city. It was the only place in the city that Courtesy Diner was open, but it only had like 4 booths.
Well, now, Courtesy on South Kings Highway, that closed in May of 2022.
Yeah, last 2 years.
I know.
2022.
All too well. So now when comics come to town and I'm like, it's like Gramophone is still around. There's no late night dining. There's definitely no breakfast. And I'm like, it's just a missed opportunity. Like a stinky diner at 3 a.m. is just, that's the time. That's the time to shine. 3 a.m., there's nothing better than sitting there.
Well, I guess you got Waffle
with your
House.
friends.
Say Waffle House moves in downtown.
That's not St. Louis, though. That's everywhere. You want something kind of unique.
What's your own greasy spoon? That's what this place was. It wasn't trying to, and Uncle Bill never tried to make it anything it wasn't. That's why it was successful. It's stinky, wood panel,
same carpet since
cigarette
1960.
smoke on the ceiling.
What's the latest with Eat Right? Did somebody
Food was
buy that?
good.
Somebody
Eat Right?
Yeah,
Someone's in there. They've been there for a while.
They changed the name, though, right? Is it still Eat Right, or it's a new name? Anyway, it's just Listen, an institution is closing. It's sad to see. October 8th, they'll be serving their last meal at Uncle Bill's on Kings Highway. Again, the Manchester location still remains. Also, quietly, did you guys hear that O'Fallon Brewery shut down?
Oh, no.
Yeah. Get out of
I
here.
love
Saw
their
this
wheat
late
beer.
last night.
Shut down? Not was
Done.
acquired or something?
Done.
They said that, yeah.
O'Fallon Brewery, which up here in Maryland Heights, done. In fact, they're auctioning off all the equipment.
Really?
Holy crud.
Bummer.
So they went. They had the only good pumpkin beer that I actually liked. O'Fallon Brewery. So they quietly closed earlier this year. I had no idea. They filed bankruptcy in June of last year. They're auctioning off all their equipment on this website called Bid Spotter. I think the auction opens up on October 16th, and they're getting rid of everything. Everything. And it seems to be, some pretty good prices if you get in there early. So go to Bid Spotter. They're promising equipment for sale from a multi-million-dollar production brewery with can and bottling lines. Wow. So if you're looking for certain things, this would be a great opportunity for you to get some really good high-end equipment. But that's sad.
That is sad.
O'Fallon Brewery, goodbye. Also sad is, and I hated to see this story, and I got to talk about it because, our cat lady would want to know, and I'm surprised you haven't been alerted.
Yeah, I have my blockers on. What happened?
Do you know this cat advocacy group called Alley Cat Allies?
No.
Well, there is a group.
I love it.
Cat lovers called the Alley Cat Allies. They're offering a $10,000 reward for info leading to the arrest of a Washington, Missouri guy accused of animal cruelty. So according to this organization, a series of now deleted live videos were posted on a guy's Facebook page identifying him as this guy who lives in Washington. His name is either Michael or Mike Berger, B-E-R-G-E-R, so Berger. The video showed cats in traps and carriers, while behind the camera, the guy claims to personally trap the cats and discusses cruel actions towards them.
What a son of a bitch.
According to the group, the guy refers to one cat as his quote next victim.
Jesus.
In another video, the guy said one of them bad words is going to take the bait. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Come on, who wants to hang from the tree?
Yep, we need to rise up. Ladies, catmen of America, it is time to find this man and send him to jail.
Allegedly, in another video, the person shined a light on a cat inside a trap and says, we ain't going to throw this one off the bridge. I'm going to tie the blank to my bumper.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh, dude.
Jeez.
Not to sound Minority Report here, but, come on, bro.
This is hard. This is
Not only is this just awful.
Horrible.
Just horrible, but
Step
this is
one.
a sign of, this is a sign of things to come.
This is step 5.
So they're offering a $10,000 reward for info leading to his arrest. The Alley Cat Allies takes any threat of cruelty against cats very seriously, and we're committed to working with law enforcement to ensure justice is served.
They'll get his ass.
We're going to be sharing that link. I'm not.
Jeez.
Screw this, dude. This is a person who he's killing animals. He's torturing animals. Next thing you know, he's going to be killing people.
And honestly, yes, you're both right, the Minority Report thing, but this is enough for me. You don't have to go any further.
Oh, yeah.
This is grounds for swamp justice, if I've ever heard it. Like, if somebody sees this guy, I don't know. If he gets clipped. Did we lose anything?
Yeah, listen, give Lern 10 minutes with him.
Yeah. Let me get my. You know what? It's been a few months since the Rage Room at Rizz Show
That'd
live.
be awesome.
Did it?
I'm pent up
10
again.
minutes with this guy.
Did he say his age?
This is
they
what
think his name is Michael or Mike.
Oh,
I want to go in again. I want to go in as the
Burger.
good cop.
Because there's a guy in Washington with that same name who's in his 50s, and I mean, he's everything from stalking to terroristic threats.
Oh, you
He's
looked
been
him up
arrested
on
numerous
CaseNet?
times. No, it just popped up in Google. I typed his name in, and
It's the same guy?
I don't know.
They don't know.
Same
Because I don't
spelling.
think you can see his face in the video.
I would love to get this guy in a room and go in as the good cop before we
Bring the bad
I'm just
cop in,
holding an
Lern.
aluminum bat, and I'm like, this bat's not for me. This bat's for Lern Elwell.
Yep. I come in like the bear Jew out of Glorious Bastards with the I'm Eli Roth.
You think I'm a problem.
Yeah, watch
You don't
this.
want me to get her in here, but you might want to just admit to what you did. We just hear like
the clanking.
two-way glass is just being like, we just hear like a Wolverine trying to get through it, and I'm like, that's her. She's in there right now.
And she's mad.
She's
Yep.
just boiling.
It said, we ask anyone with info related to the whereabouts of these cats or any action somebody may have taken to harm them. Please come forward. For the sake of the cats in the community, anyone with info is asked to contact the Washington, Missouri Police Department. Horrible. No matter how much footage of hurricanes you watch, it's hard not to underestimate their gargantuan impact when they make landfall. You see what's going on in North Carolina with some of these towns completely washed away because of Hurricane Helene. It's horrible.
I'm seeing a lot of pictures and videos. I don't know where they're from, but I had a friend not technically lose his house, but he was on tour. He came back and everything was underwater.
Yeah, well,
he lost everything.
There's videos of some of these flash floods happening in just an instant. A place is underwater.
Yeah, he said he came home to 1.5 feet of seawater in the entire house, and everything is gone.
Oh, man. Well, according to the Associated Press, Hurricane Helene and its accompanying storms dumped a whopping 40 trillion gallons of rain on the U.S. over the past week. So that's enough to completely fill Lake Tahoe once, or more than 60 million Olympic-sized swimming pools. Jeez. It's also the equivalent of roughly 619 days of constant water flow over Niagara Falls, which drops 748,000 gallons of water every second. The meteorologist who was the one who calculated the amount of rain, the 40 trillion gallons total was for the eastern U.S., with 20 trillion of that hitting just 5 states: Georgia, Tennessee, the Carolinas, and Florida.
Yeah.
So enough rain to fill completely Lake Tahoe. Wild. And that 40 trillion gallons is a conservative number.
Yeah, man, same thing. I don't know if you guys know who Ginger Billy. It's like his real name is Adam, but he's a online guy. He's got millions of followers on TikTok. Went and did some shows, and I was helping him with a project, and I didn't hear from him, so I was like, hey, man, circle him back or whatever. And he's like, dude, just got back from Canada. He lives in Union, South Carolina. He's like, it's a disaster. I came home to literally a disaster area. He's like, the entire town's without power. My house is flooded. He's like, I'm sorry. And I was like, oh, dude, I'm so. So I think that's just happening.
Yeah.
I have friends with Asheville, North Carolina.
Asheville in particular is very bad.
Everything's canceled completely. It's bad, man.
Yep.
Then I don't know what they're going to do. Like half of a highway just disappeared, right? There's like a highway that got hit with a mudslide and it's just gone.
And there's
it's
no
like
way to,
you can go on
no
Google Maps and it's gone now. And they're like, we don't even know if this is repairable.
I saw a thing yesterday, and I shared it on my Instagram, of a dad who was leaving the wreckage of Hurricane Helene, walked 30 miles to make his daughter's wedding. And I was like, that is the sweetest and craziest thing.
Saw that.
It's wild.
I know Moon is going on a cruise in 2 weeks.
Couple days.
When are you leaving?
This is the wife's trip, so I think Saturday
you're
or
going
Sunday.
to.
Yeah, I know that, but she's organized the whole thing. I don't know anything about it.
I mean, you know when you're leaving.
I think
is it
Saturday.
Charlie XCX
I'm
cruise?
leaving this weekend.
Oh, so you're going this weekend?
Yes.
He's leaving this weekend. What cruise line?
I don't know.
You have no idea?
I don't know anything.
I love it.
I'm just excited to go, brother.
Just fly free.
Yeah, quote you on that.
Yeah, like sometimes I organize everything, sometimes she organizes everything. I don't know anything.
Yeah, but you don't know what cruise line it is? I mean,
I
ridiculous.
have no freaking clue. No freaking clue. I really don't. I have no idea. I know that it goes. I think it's out of Miami. Last time it was Port Canaveral. This time it is Miami. I don't even know where it's going, man. I don't.
Not even the cruise line. That's
not a clue.
I love it.
Why do you love that?
I love it because you are somebody that is busy all the time and thinking about things all the time.
Yeah.
And so I like that you're taking this moment to just
what
let
a
go.
ridiculous statement that is.
You know how many things I handle?
What a ridiculous
He's got a
statement
million
that
kids.
is.
He's got a million bands. He's got a million
What
things
a dumb
going on.
thing to say.
What do you mean?
What?
This is something I don't have to handle. It's already being handled. Why add it to everything else
You
that's
might
on
as
my
well
mind?
just chloroform me and then just throw me in the car.
No, I bet you'd enjoy that. I'm already having a good time, and maybe half of it is because I am not thinking about anything. I'm just going to enjoy myself. I don't know what we have planned, and honestly, we probably have nothing
I understand
planned.
that part of it, but not even knowing what cruise line it is.
Why do I need to?
You need a little luck. You need to calm down.
Why do I need to? She booked the flights. She earned the entire trip. The whole thing is
That
free
has
for
nothing
us.
to do with you going to it.
What? No, I'm saying like there's nothing for me to do. Why inject myself into the planning if it's already been planned?
What? Inject yourself into the planning. You're part of the whole thing. So just out of curiosity.
No, this is one of the few things that I don't have to
Can you
run.
just let him enjoy his Ukrainian cruise?
Out of curiosity.
Yeah.
You wouldn't go, hey, what cruise line is it?
No, honestly, the last one that we did with this, where we earned it, it was shoot, what was it? I don't even remember what it was.
You don't even remember where you were?
I
It
hope
was
it's not Royal Caribbean.
It was the
okay?
Harmony of the Seas.
God.
That was the name of the boat. Harmony of the Seas. So whoever has that one, I don't even know. I was on that one, and it was the most incredible experience
Well,
ever.
I just want to tell you, on a recent Royal Caribbean cruise, 180 passengers and workers got sick.
Yeah, they all had diarrhea.
They own
fine.
Harmony of
And
the
this
Seas.
happens.
Giant, diarrhea.
Harmony of the Seas is Royal Caribbean.
File this
Is it?
under my
Yeah.
reasons for never wanting to go on a cruise. I do not want to get the bug that everybody on the boat gets, and everybody's pooping, and it's like
They had
the
a
whole
quote.
thing.
What if
Yeah.
someone else planned it and you didn't have to do anything?
No, I'm never doing that.
It happens at resorts. It happens everywhere. I ain't worried about nothing.
They had a gastrointestinal outbreak.
That's fine.
This happens all
cool,
the
man.
time.
It is swept through the entire ship.
Yeah, well, it's because the little city.
There was
nowhere else
diarrhea
for it to
everywhere.
go.
I don't know where my flights are. I don't know what airline. I don't know what the boat is.
That's great.
I don't want to. This is one of the few things that I don't have to run. I run everything else. Businesses, the household, this,
It's
that,
not even- you don't
nothing.
have to do anything. You just have to ask a question.
Exactly. I don't have to do
You have
anything.
to ask a question.
Have a little surprise.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
I fully trust my wife. I fully trust.
It's not a trust issue.
Are you a control freak?
No, it's not even a control freak thing. It's just asking.
When's the last time this happened to you that you didn't know anything that was going on about what you were
My
about
wife
ready to
plans
do?
all our vacations, but I know where we're going.
That's what I mean. So you've never done this before, where you just have like a little mystery and a little like, you got it handled. I'm just gonna go. Little Chicago Tina action. You've never done that before?
No, I'm not crazy like that. Like, I let my wife handle all the travel accommodations and airfare and where we're staying and transport, all that stuff. But I ask, hey, where are we going?
I haven't got there yet. I haven't got there. I've had all these shows to build this last couple months. This is the first weekend that I'm not working. It's the first weekend I'm not working.
It's not a question of working. You guys are.
It is from my mind.
It's insane.
What?
I can't even wrap my head around what you're saying is you're not doing it. You're just asking a freaking question.
Why are you so upset
That's
with
it.
me?
I'm not upset at you. I'm upset at Lern.
Okay, well, I don't care.
For justifying your behavior.
No, I love this
I feel like
for
you've
him.
been so set off by whatever I've been doing or
Because
not
it's
doing.
such a ridiculous
It's
thing.
okay.
She
It's
loves
not.
this for him. She would not allow this to happen to her.
No, I'm letting it happen. Tim, I'm actually
Because
going
your
to
argument
Chicago
as
in a
to
couple
not
weeks.
asking
I'm not-
where you're going is just
I'm not-
asinine.
I'm
it's
not
even,
arguing.
It's the dumbest thing.
I'm not arguing anything. I'm just telling you the truth, man. I haven't thought
Well,
about
I
it.
can't handle the truth, and I think it's ridiculous.
Somebody
And-
in the chat says you're acting like a little bitch and you need to calm down.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
So I'm just throwing
My
that out
mom in
there.
the chat?
Roseanne Rizzuto.
I'm just answering your questions, dude. I'm not arguing anything. I'm just telling you.
I just cannot. In my head, it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous to not even ask what any detail as to where we're. You're taking off for a week of work, and you did not ask a question as to what
He
everything
knows
was.
he's going on a boat.
I'm going on a boat.
What if it's
And he
a?
trusts Mal.
I'm gonna eat
to do
food.
the
It's
right
not a
thing.
trust issue.
I'm going to try to relax for the first time in
It's
this year.
asking for curiosity. It's not
Maybe
a
he's not
relaxing thing.
curious. Maybe he just wants to have a little
Jesus.
mystery.
He knows the water he's on,
But
right?
for me, this is the first time I'm
eating,
going to be able to relax. The
I'm
last
sweating because
I think you need to go on a cruise, man.
I do.
The last couple
Is
vacations.
John available for a massage?
I'll get John on the horn, dude. I'm so sore. He'll light you up.
Think about this: the last couple vacations, you know, I'm running things, I'm checking mileage, I'm figuring
It's
out the
not
budget.
a running things thing.
But it is. Just try to. You're sitting here saying
I
that
will
you
never
can't
understand. I will never understand.
I'm
You're
trying to help
ridiculous.
I'm trying
Hold
to
on
help you
a
understand,
second.
man.
You said you're going to Chicago.
Well, what am I doing here?
You're going to Chicago? Learn?
Yeah.
You don't know anything about it.
No, I mean, I booked. No, this is not the same as Moon. I'm not trying to say, but Tim does have some things planned that I don't know.
Oh, but you know you didn't just like, I'm going to Chicago. I'm getting in the car and I have no idea what's happening.
No, there's certain things I know and certain things I don't know.
Oh, okay.
That's okay. I'm not going to, that's me letting go. I am a control freak. I want to know what's going on. I do plan everything. I'm a psycho. I want to let go. My whole thing, my energy is like, I need to have more spontaneity and surprise and letting go so I can chill.
I'm
And
trying.
so do you.
It's becoming hard with all
It's
the
not a
pressure
work-
from my
It's
friends.
a fun
Hey, man,
thing.
It's not a work thing.
I let go.
fun.
It is for
Now
me.
I'm a brat.
Don't you understand though? It is for me. Even
brat. No, I don't
the
understand.
Even the last thing that I put together, I was on tour and Mallory came along and we wanted to see Paris. And I booked the trains. I'm booking this. I'm doing that. I'm figuring out the time. How do I get back
totally
to the
missing
band?
my point.
But you're missing my point
You don't have a point.
because I haven't been able to speak.
Oh,
Here we go.
oh, here we go. God, the floor is yours. Go.
Dude, are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. Go.
What have I done to set you off?
I'm just asking the questions.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I've tried to explain that
I find your argument.
I am not arguing.
I find your argument insane.
Okay.
This is a bad time to surprise you. We actually have a trip we planned
Yep.
for you.
Oh, where am I going?
Get in the car.
I just want to know
We're
details.
going to San Francisco.
You're about to get on a paddle boat on the Mississippi River. And we are taking you to an anger management.
You're going on a cruise. So your cruise is
Anger
a
management paddle boat retreat.
boathouse in Forest Park.
That's right.
You're going to be massaged by only men, and they're throwing your phone in the
I'm
ocean.
not going to be.
It's only you and John.
I'm not going to enjoy it. I'm not going to enjoy that. Okay. Thank you. Enjoy your cruise.
You still couldn't make your point.
I'm trying to.
You've made your point. Emails. They are next. Well, we're having a spirited discussion. That was it.
Glad the news brought us together.
Yeah, that's nice, everybody.
I just listen. I don't want. Listen.
Okay.
My point was, I don't want you getting diarrhea on whatever cruise line you're going to be on.
Hey,
Just care.
if I'm meant to get diarrhea, I'm meant to get diarrhea. It's going to happen.
It is 8:06. It's Wednesday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Delays. Oh, we have a lot of delays, actually. A lane blocked due to a crash 270 northbound at Sappington. Way down 55, there's more delays. 55 northbound between McNutt and Missouri Z. That's exit 180. Oh man, there's a lot of delays 270 eastbound between Manchester and Ladue as well. Your point forecast: chilly start, but a beautiful afternoon today. High of 74. Right now it's 54 at the Point Studio.
Hey, if you're going to a cruise and you go missing, who am I going to call?
You're just afraid.
How am I? I'm afraid for you because you're not telling me what cruise line you're going to go on.
Yeah, I don't know.
And God forbid you get lost at sea, and I don't know who to call. It's like Royal Caribbean. Is a Viking cruise? I don't know.
You call
What's
them
a
out.
Viking cruise?
River
That's
cruise.
a Viking river cruise. I don't know who to call.
You wouldn't call anyone anyway.
I would, of course, I would.
Somebody said there's a big gay cruise leaving Miami Saturday.
I might be on that.
Awesome.
Enjoy.
That'll be a good.
Oh, hey, how's it going, man? Hey, good to see you, Have a seat, man. Just wanted to have a chat with you, King Scott's Virginity, just to talk with you real fast and just to say, first of all, thank you for everything that you've done for King Scott and for his lovely fiance. And I also wanted to say that you've been such a big part of our lives, whether it's the show or just in our personal lives. And relationships end and it's time for you to go. And I didn't want you to be shocked, to be surprised or anything. So I wanted to give you an idea of what's going to be happening on the wedding night, what's to come, so to speak. So when two people are in love, they get married, and then after they get married, they normally go away somewhere, someplace beautiful, and then they get, you know what I mean? Like they will go behind doors. I recommend going behind doors and you that so that bitch can't get out. You show her God. You know what I'm saying? This is how you show her. And so strong because she ain't never seen it before. And you drill. Okay, you know how when man first landed on the moon? That's what we're gonna do. She is your moon, and you are gonna take your flag, and you are gonna. No, it's gonna be fine. They're in love. If they got married, seriously, it's gonna be over. We're gonna miss you. We love you. We miss you, but you gotta go. Beautiful. Wonderful. If you need more information, I've got a website. It's jerfinoff@gmail.com. It's all good.
Union togethercu.org. Check out the website. See all that they can do for you as a member. And yes, you can become a member today. If you're not already a member, go over to Together Credit Union, togethercu.org, or visit any of the 14 area locations. Maybe take a lunch break. You're close to one right now. So wherever you're going to be during lunch, you will be close to a Together Credit Union with 14 of them. And ask them maybe about that high-yield checking account called Empower Checking that they just launched. With Empower Checking, you earn above-market interest on the money that you keep in your day-to-day checking account. Interest is paid to you every month, each month, and it's a checking account that rewards you for balances and not activity. Now that, with the car loans, with the home loans, the home equity lines of credit, everybody I know that's looking for a car right now is calling Together Credit Union just because the rates are incredible. They really do treat their members so well, and our whole financial health is come together, if you will, since working with Together Credit Union. My wife and I, my family, my teenagers have accounts as well. They really do serve everybody, and they've been serving this area for 80-plus years. Together Credit Union, togethercu.org.
So here we are, way back Point Fest, and the first band of the day is a band that, through the course of my life, I think I've seen your band 6 times, but we've never chatted and said hello.
It's just strange that wouldn't happen. I know you mentioned Mississippi Nights.
Yeah.
We talked on the phone the other day, and
yeah.
I remember the club well. We used to have great shows there, but it's like anything these days. Stuff doesn't stay around as long as you would think it would. So
I remember something specific about this show, and it's a little creepy, so I'm going to go ahead and warn you. So where I was standing at Mississippi Nights, they had the back door open, and I could see directly into your tour bus.
Okay.
And I saw you. This is like right before you guys are going on, and I hadn't ever seen you before till this night. And you had like this black leather jacket on, like these skinny sort of jeans, and I was like, this dude is a bad man. And you were, and it was such a great show because that night it was a couple of different bands. Letters to Cleo were on that bill. Yeah. Ned's Atomic Dustbin were on that bill. I love those guys as well. So it was like a cool thing. But it was the first night that I saw you guys, and Vinny, you had this like for real frontman rock star presence about you that I thought was very cool at the time.
You sure put the pressure on me today. Where do you go from there?
Right. But you know what though? And speaking of that role as the frontman is like an important thing, man, because not only the nuts and bolts of the creative side of the music and the lyric writing and stuff, but I mean having that image for the band is an important one, whether you want to.
Hey everybody, it's me, Captain Porksteak, here to talk to you about Universal Windows Direct. Fall is here, and it's the perfect time to replace old drafty windows for winter sets in and temperatures drop. You don't want to be stuck with windows that make your heating system work overtime. Universal Windows Direct's exclusive Super Spacer tech keeps that from happening. Keeps your home insulated, saves you money on your energy bills, and keeps you warm all season long. Plus, they back it up with a true lifetime warranty for as long as you own your home, plus 20 years. You'll be long gone, and that warranty's still good to the next homeowner. What a treat. So call Universal Windows Direct today, 314-334-2522. For every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. Buy 2, get 2. Buy 4, get 4. You get it. There's no limit. Plus 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 years to pay these windows off with no interest. It's a good investment. Updating your windows with Universal Windows Direct means extra protection from the elements, consistent temp in your home, increased energy efficiency, reduced heating and cooling costs, plus quieter, more comfortable home. So call it for your free in-home estimate today. And for every 2 windows you buy, remember you get 2 free plus 60 months of free financing. Don't wait. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com, and like me, you will be saying, I love my windows.
We are backstage at Point Fest, and what a day in which this has been already.
Oh, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, joined by Hailstorm.
Yes.
Thank you so very much.
Hey.
It's great to see you
Our
guys.
invisible third member.
Yes,
Hey,
yes.
how you doing?
We're the Hale half of Hailstorm.
I have to tell you this, and I know you don't remember this because it's been years and years and years, and I don't even remember how many years at this point. But the very first time that you came through the point, you were on when I was doing mornings at that time.
Yes,
And it really seems like a decade ago, and it might have been.
It might have been. I don't know. Time is very elastic right now.
Absolutely.
It's like it went by like that fast, but it feels like a different lifetime.
It was probably 2009. It was probably the first album cycle.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And we were in the parking lot. And
Absolutely so. Absolutely so. Boy, things have changed mightily.
Yes.
New record is out. All right, we're playing the Steeple right now, which is
thank you guys
fantastic.
for spinning it. Yeah.
But one of the things that I absolutely love about when a band has something new, I'm always amazed when I go see a band right after they have something new, and the guy next to me somehow already knows every freaking word to every. Like, dude, I've listened to this album twice. I don't know how you can, but like. How
Steel Trap, man.
Right? How quickly, when you've got a new record out like you do you start to see non-radio singles getting yelled back at you?
It's pretty incredible. Not only the record wasn't even out a couple days, and we went out on tour, and it was like from the first day, people are singing songs that like I'm having trouble remembering.
You know what's funny? I was just saying, we don't remember all the lyrics,
and not only that, but there are so many people that have gotten tattoos of the lines of the songs, and I'm like, the album just came out, dude. It's crazy. So
how do you know for sure it's not going to suck? Sure you want to get that tattooed on you? Like,
sure you want that?
It's like, oh, don't worry, I'll just write sucks underneath if I don't like it. I see how it is.
You have the ability to add on, I guess, I suppose. It's so crazy though how that happens, and there have been so many bands in my life. I mean, I couldn't even tell you how many bands I've loved, but I just cannot.
Can't agree, Yvonne. It's More Choice Jewelry. They are the best in the business. Hey, Moon, I'm going to take you to a jewelry store.
Yeah, where are you taking me?
Do you really want to know?
Of course I want to know.
I mean, I'm going to take you to Moritz Royce, but, God forbid I took you to a mall jeweler.
Don't do that. I won't go with you.
No.
I will only go with you to Moritz Royce.
I'm going to make sure you know we're going to Moritz Royce because you know that I care.
Yeah, and I do need to trust you when it comes to jewelry because I know nothing about jewelry. So you have to have somebody that you trust. You have to have somebody, you go to somebody that everybody's been telling you about, that you've heard legitimate stories about, that are real deal experiences because they have the experience. We've had the experience with Moritz Royce on multiple occasions, and they deliver every time.
Oh, yeah, because they don't prey on ignorance. And honestly, some of these places, the unethical places, they'll see a guy walking, all right, I'm here for an engagement ring. And they'll see you don't know what you're talking about. You're in a full sweat.
Yeah.
You're all fidgety. They're waiting for you because they want to hang you upside down and they want to get every cent out of you. And you leave there, you're going, damn, what the hell just happened? Not at Moritz Royce Jewelry.
Not the case at Moritz Royce.
Wrap it up, buddy.
Moritz Royce, second to none. This is the place you go to. It's a private showroom. Make an appointment. Go to moritzroyce.com. It's ninjabling.com as well. It's Moritz Royce, where you get the jewels and not the shaft.
Thank you.
All right, so here we are backstage, way back Point Fest, and we are absolutely thrilled. Myself, Mr. Jeff Burton.
Thank you. It's thrilling to be here with you. Oh, you're talking about them.
Right. Noodles and Peanut, gentlemen, it's great to see you. Thanks for coming back.
You guys get along like me and Noodles get along.
I
can see that.
Sure.
We have known each other for a long time.
Yeah, kind of the same, right?
He was at my bachelor party, for goodness sake, so you know what I mean?
Oh, nice. No stories, no backstories?
There's a lot.
So how much tape you got in the thing? With the thing there. How much?
And it's really similar because me and Noodles should have known each other for a really long time.
We should have.
Yeah. That's exactly the same.
Kindred spirits, as soon as we get together, we really do just
we click really nice.
Well, how long have you guys known each other?
Oh, happy birthday, Rizz, you big fat douche.
Okay. Couple things before we get to emails. Now, I know, Moon, your wife, she used to do beauty pageants.
Mm-hmm.
And very serious. Like, your wife was very serious
Mrs.
into
Missouri, right?
Yeah, she was Mrs. Missouri. There's like a couple different worlds in that world, from what I understand as well.
But contestants take what they're doing very seriously.
Yeah.
Preparation-wise.
It's a big deal. I mean, it launches a lot of careers sometimes.
So here's the headline out of South Korea. An 81-year-old woman trying to become the oldest Miss Universe contestant.
Okay, Miss Universe.
So that's like the big time. Like Miss Universe. So they do like the countries will send a representative, to compete for Miss Universe. They have their own, pageants. So like South Korea would have their own pageant, USA would have their own pageant, then send their winner on to Miss Universe, which is a huge honor and a huge deal to even be part of the final pageant. But when I read that, an 81-year-old woman is vying to be Miss Universe out of South Korea, what's your first thought, Lern? Like, oh, sweet, right?
Yeah, kind of. I'm like, oh, all right, cool. Like, you're never too old to, don't ever give up. You could be 81 years old and possibly be in Miss Universe.
Here's where my twisted mind went.
Yeah.
And I think maybe, Moon, we will agree upon this. Because your wife was a very serious pageant contestant, is I hope to God they don't give it to this woman because she's just 81 years
like
old.
Like a sympathy vote type of thing.
Like, it'd be cool to send an 81-year-old, representative from South Korea to become the first, vying to become the first Miss Universe.
Right.
Because it's like a gimmick.
And it cuts off all the other women who take it seriously.
Yeah, these other women have worked their asses off to develop their talents, to to put themselves together a certain way, just for an 81-year-old woman who I saw a picture of, a nice-looking woman for the age of 81.
Yeah.
But
she's
an 81-year-old woman. But to put her through,
did you do it?
Would you hit it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But just to put her through because she's 81.
Oh, she's pretty.
Right.
She's very pretty.
Nice. Good on her, man.
That's not the point necessarily. My wife not only competed in one and did all that, but she used to train. She used to train people and was a part of that whole thing, right? And
that's part of it, though, right?
What's a part of it?
Like aesthetic looks is part of it, right?
Yeah. What the point of my story is to put an 81-year-old through because it's like, oh, cool, an 81-year-old's doing it.
It's a comedy contest. This happens every comedy contest on the planet. There's always like somebody, they don't do comedy, but someone's like 90-year-old grandpa will show up and do joke book jokes in suspenders and like, oh, my wife said I had to bury my dad the other day, and it was hard because he was wriggling around, and everyone's like, oh my God. And there'll be like comics that have worked hard all year long that don't get onto the finals because like somebody's grandpa gets to go.
Because somebody's grandpa told a couple jokes.
It usually evens out in the end.
Does it though? Because some of these women get only one shot at this.
Yeah, right.
At this Miss Universe thing.
You're right.
And then you have kind of a gimmick. I'm not taking anything away from the 81-year-old woman.
Imagine how
good for her.
Yeah.
Curious as to how the rest of it went. Like here she is singing, here she is dancing, but these are stills. So I'm wondering, like, is she delivering on all these?
Well, just there is an update. She did fall short of making it to the Miss Universe.
She literally fell and broke her hip.
And broke her hip, and that's it. She's passed away.
What? No.
She's passed away.
Huh.
But I guess what they did,
her talent was programming the message on her answering machine, and then she screwed it up in front of all the judges. She couldn't.
No,
she had
it's
to call
a
her
flashing
grandson.
VCR.
She had to call her grandson to come do it.
It's my VCR is flashing 12.
Maybe they should just give her an honor like, you're the hottest old lady in the world.
Don't they have some sort of, I'm sure they have like an over.
They do, but
over 65 or something like that.
As a matter of fact, this is the first year. There used to be an age limit. It used to be 18 to 28, but that's no more.
Really?
Now it's they lifted the age restriction, so that's why this was the first year this 81-year-old was able to even get in.
Okay. Yeah.
But I would just feel bad for all these other girls who have worked so damn hard.
Right.
They've worked hard for 81 years.
How? I guess I would say how poor timing. They just lift it, and then the next year you have something like this happen. I'm sure all those young girls are like, dude, this is what you get. Now, have you guys seen that movie with Justin Bateman, called Bad Words? Hysterical movie.
It's about the spelling bee.
It's about the spelling bee.
Yes.
And it's like a 47-year-old guy that comes in and kicks everybody's ass in like an elementary school spelling bee. Or, whatever the official one is. And it's hysterical, and he takes advantage of a loophole. I understand lifting the age limit, but at the same time,
I just didn't want to see these women lose just because of a gimmick. Like, as a judge, I can't vote against an 81-year-old. And, how cool, an 81-year-old. It's almost like a virtue signal.
Did she win Korea?
No.
Oh, okay. So she just didn't. She didn't win this at all.
No, she didn't make it through.
You know what? There's Senior United States. There's a contest open to women aged, 50 to 59, 60 to 74. Mrs. Super Senior
Miss
USA.
Walker.
Maybe she should go to that. And,
Miss Walker.
Super Senior.
I think that's nice. I think, maybe this woman's trying to make a point of, hey, I can be 81 and still
In the backstage gift bag is the the tennis balls that go at the bottom of the walker.
Sweet.
Cool.
Good God.
Very cool.
My mom is not going to appreciate you saying that. You hear that, Ma, though? There's a Super Senior pageant.
I would love for older women to participate in
Your
that.
mom's in the striped shirt division.
She wins it, dude. Wait till you see the options that she's got.
She's in the dog purse division.
I love your mom.
Oh, that is awesome.
Me too.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
One more thing. Another competition. The American Customer Satisfaction Index, or the ACSI, as those in the know call it. Their results are out for America's favorite convenience store.
Show me Quick Trip.
America's favorite convenience store. The results are in.
Wally's?
And congratulations.
Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's came in third.
Whoa.
Is QT on this at all?
QT's on there.
Number one.
Sheets.
Show me Sheets, number 6.
Give me 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven, terrible showing.
Show me
Wawa.
Show me Wawa.
Wawa.
I
I will tell you, Wawa and Quick Trip are number 1 and 2.
Whoa.
But they are
QT.
separated by 1 point. So as far as the index goes, it's like customer satisfaction.
Taquitos.
Wawa was number 1, Quick Trip number 2, but it was
damn it.
super close.
Great job, Quick
And
Trip.
congratulations,
Great
Quick Trip.
job.
I know we have a lot of those in our
Number
area.
one in my heart.
They said it really was the QT Kitchen that
It's
has really done it for Quick Trip over the past couple of years.
Egg sandwich, dude.
Casey's on there.
So good.
Casey's came in at number 5, and I'll tell you what, they were not far behind.
They deserve higher.
Their breakfast pizza is what keeps
Casey's
them in the game.
They made it a thing known that first of all, Casey's now the 5th biggest pizza purveyor,
Which is wild,
in America.
Good pizza.
Yeah. It is good. It's the only thing that's like.
I would say they're low on the list. I think it's because they service rural areas. They're not really in the cities, so they're probably not getting the votes.
They're the Dollar General of gas.
So Casey's is the go-to option in the Midwest for both traditional and breakfast pizzas. That rated them very high. So Wawa, Quick Trip, Buc-ee's, Murphy USA, I don't know where that is. Casey's,
They're
number
everywhere.
5. Sheets, Quick Trip with a KWIK.
Gosh, second best Quick Trip on the list.
BP,
Close your doors.
Cumberland Farms, Speedway.
What?
Speedway's got a good logo. As far as logos go, I mean, think about that.
Yeah, Sinclair and Speedway.
In Casey's. Casey's has such a good, attractive, cutesy, comfortable logo.
So the 7-Eleven and Shell were kind of at the bottom of the list.
That's weird. I thought those would be.
Well,
way up.
7-Eleven is the biggest, right? The largest convenience store.
Quantity over quality.
Yeah, but when has it been updated or cleaned?
What about Huck's? I love a Huck's.
I only got the top
Huck's
10.
has got a good.
And they've just
Is it big enough?
They've just redesigned with their like black and white buildings and stuff. And they look sharp as hell.
Man, and again, they have the coffee. You go in there and it grinds, and
So this is all basically customer satisfaction. So when you leave, you go, "Am I satisfied?
Am I satisfied? Yeah.
I'm not satisfied."
I'm not satisfied.
Oh, Huck's is the yeah. It looks like it's from North Dakota or something with the new logo with this thing, the black yellow.
Yeah, look
and-
at that.
Yeah, it's cute.
They're in their goth era.
That is cute.
I like it.
All right, let's get to a couple emails. RizzShow at 1057thepoint.com.
Emails are brought to you by Kloss Furniture. We have something for everybody. Lowest prices guaranteed. Let's see. Let's do food news. Good morning and happy birthday, Rizz. Not sure how I stumbled on this combo, but spicy nacho Doritos with the Dean's French onion dip is friggin' amazing. Even my very health-conscious wife will destroy an entire bag of spicy nacho deets with French onion dip. Long-time listener, first-time
Spicy
emailer.
nacho Doritos and the Dean's French onion dip.
I've never thought about doing the flavored chips with a dip until Lern did it with Rafe's birthday
What
dip.
Jackie Williams, Mama, what? I don't even know your mom's last name. That's what his mom
Mama
said.
Rafe.
Yeah, Mama Rafe said, get the Doritos, which I didn't know. She didn't say nacho cheese.
That's correct. You
I
got
assumed.
correct. It is nacho cheese.
Okay.
You don't think about it till you do it, and then you're like, oh, this adds like a whole new flavor
Yeah, it's
profile
so
to the
good.
dip.
Spicy.
Yeah, I never would have
compliments.
thought about it. I would have dipped a Frito into that.
Yeah.
Both?
Like a Frito scoop.
Bro, put a chili cheese Frito and some like sour cream and onion dip. Change your life. I wish they were a little sturdier, but you got to be patient.
We were told that you cleared half that casserole dish.
I did
when you got
share.
home.
I didn't share on the air. I shared that with
Yeah.
the boys. Or maybe I did share it on
We
the
did
Almost.
share it on the air.
Yeah.
And I was proud of you.
excited.
She did a great job.
I
I
was
wanted
proud
her
of
to
you.
know, like, I felt like we didn't get the sample because of all the hubbub of getting swept out of here. I felt like a very thoughtful gift kind of got swept under the table, and that was that you made my mom's homemade taco dip for me. And you guys didn't get to try it, which bums me out, but Moon tried it. Smart guy. You guys missed out. She tried it. She even ate beef to make sure that it was right, which I
did
thought
taste
was
it.
very sweet. You two missed out. And,
Well, I wanted to
took
try it, but
home
you
and
had
A
the-
lot of stuff going on.
The cover
know.
was on it. I didn't know
just-
if you were keeping it for yourself.
No, I was like, but I'm not leaving it here. I wanted it. So I
Taco
took
dip
it
is
home.
meant to be shared.
It is, but I went home while she packed, and I just cleared almost half the pan. And I'll be honest, coming home to it last night was a pretty big, because it was kind of wild. It was a wild ride, the Chicago trip. You know, I had a great time, had fun, a lot of good bits. But it was nice to come
But
home
coming
to the
home to
comfort
a-
of another half a pan
Yes.
of taco
Some
dip.
comfort food.
Half a casserole dish of a dish of taco dip is like a big hug when you get
It
home.
was.
Oh,
It was,
yeah.
dude. It was
Somebody's waiting
honestly.
for
It,
you. I
really,
love
it,
dip.
it bookended the trip with like a hug goodbye and a hug back home.
Yeah, somebody's waiting for you. You're like when you open up the door, like
really did.
Hey, good to see you, buddy.
It is so good.
All right, next.
Just listening to the podcast from Tuesday's show about galaxy gas and inhaling stuff that we know that we shouldn't be. I was reminded of a time when we were at a party in high school. Some kid came up to us with a huge black garbage bag and claimed it was nitrous. He offered it to all of us, but seemed so suspicious that we asked him, "Hey, where did you get it?" And he said, man, you can just get it right from any air conditioner, bro." It was then we realized that this dummy was inhaling Freon.
Oh,
We told him it wasn't nitrous at all, and he'd be extremely stupid to inhale. But nevertheless, he took a giant huff in front of us, collapsed on the ground, where he laid for at least 3 minutes before coming to and realizing it definitely wasn't what he thought it was. Luckily, he was okay, but no doubt killed an immeasurable amount of brain cells that day. Good morning.
All right, here we go. Inhaling Freon could cause a number of health issues. Short-term effects, Freon can cause immediate effects such as breathing difficulties, throat swelling, pain in the throat, nose, eyes, ears, lips, or tongue. Cause loss of vision, severe abdominal pain, vomiting, and burns to the food pipe. Long-term effects, brain damage, suffocation, seizures. Also, sudden death.
He lay there for 3
Okay,
minutes.
so those are the negative side effects. What are the positive
Yeah,
ones?
but tell me the good stuff.
Slight buzz. You may get a slight buzz.
Freon is a halogenated hydrocarbon that's often used as a refrigerant. It contains fluorinated hydrocarbons, which are poisonous ingredients. Inhaling Freon is extremely dangerous
And fun.
and is considered a medical emergency. So if you even accidentally...
And a cool guy.
Golly.
How much was he charging?
Well, yeah, it was the deal.
Can you imagine
Yeah,
somebody?
what was it?
Dude, I saw, I can't remember if it was a TikTok or Instagram reel yesterday of a kid farted into like a plastic bag like that. Just ripped some stinkers in there and then took it to his dad and was like, "Dad, this is full of helium. Will you do the funny voice you always make us laugh with?" And his dad's like, "You want me to do the voice?" "All right, I'll do the voice." And he took the bag and like sucked on this fart bag, man. Immediately it was like, like it put him down. And I was like, man, I would probably swing on somebody. Maybe even my own kid for that one.
So if you fart in a bag, will the stank still be in there?
Apparently.
Yes.
Oh yeah. We used to do it in Pringle scans.
Turd cloud.
On tour. You go, hey, you want a Pringle? And they pop
Like
it, and you're just like,
how-
oh.
I'd
be so mad.
And dude, you're taking
Totally
a
works.
big helium suck off of it because you think you're about to be doing the funny voice, and you suck a straight
fart.
You're like, oh, my kids love it when I do the voice, and it's just like the dad really thought he was like, yeah, my kids, I got to take a request with your dad of the year, and just suck the fart right out of his bag.
Does it deepen your voice?
The fart?
Yeah.
Depends on how big the guy was.
No, your voice is just full of vomit. So that's what it sounds like.
Next.
I was listening to yesterday's podcast, and I'd like to let you guys know that weed delivery is already a thing in Hillsborough and in Peevely. The dispensary something or other gives you the option for delivery if you spend more than $100. Sorry, Lern,
What a
if you're too far away, have a good day and a week.
Well, I guess that is nice. You know, if you need more weed, they'd rather you stay home, have somebody bring it to you instead of getting in the car.
Yeah.
There's so much about weed I don't know.
I didn't know that was legal.
I don't know either, man.
So what if some cat gets stopped? Well, I guess if you're working there, you probably have your card, right? So it's I'm sure all the legalities are on the up and up. It's already happening.
I would imagine.
Apparently, the drive-thru is more prominent than we thought yesterday.
Well, yeah. Well, we said on Monday, like, potheads got their wish and got the dispensaries in the city open till 10, and now they want drive-thrus, and there are some people that are against it. And I'm like, hey, you got your 10 o'clock thing. Let's chill on the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like one thing at a time. Let's not get greedy. Oh.
Apparently.
Ooh. Apparently it's been a thing for a while now. I'm sorry. I'm just over here inhaling Freon.
Yeah, my subscription to High Times was canceled, and so I don't know the news.
I'm just over here with my bag of Freon.
Yay!
Just huffing away.
A trash bag of Freon.
Next.
Good morning, gentlemen, and hot lady and cat lady.
Oh, hi.
I know comedy is like music, and everybody has a different opinion. But what are the top 5 comedy specials of all time for you? My number 1 is Eddie Murphy's Delirious, sent from OJ's car photos.
All right, so what's the question again?
Top 5 comedy specials of all time.
Comedy specials.
So I love, the one that comes to my mind immediately is John Mulaney's New in Town. It is so funny. I mean, I've cried. I watch it all the time just to rewatch it. There's so many great delivery points. Even his Kid Gorgeous is good. So those are my 2.
Sam Kinnison's his HBO special. Eddie Murphy Raw, where he's in the red leather suit. Richard Pryor on the Sunset Strip. Now, as far as more modern ones, I did like Bill Burr's, I think it was called Paper Tiger, of the more recent ones. I like that one.
Did you see the Seinfeld one at the small club that he started at?
Oh,
Came out just a couple years ago?
Yeah, I saw it. It was okay.
I thought it was really good.
One of the Dave Chappelle's put so many out.
One of the Netflix
Killing
ones.
Them Softly is Dave Chappelle's best special.
Yeah, one of the Netflix ones was fantastic.
Killing Them Softly, that was the one.
The others were okay.
We're okay. I mean, of course, Chris Rock's Bigger, Better, Blacker.
Bring the Pain. Chris Rock was really good, too.
I know it's just straight up, Sandler, but that Sandler one where he did the
Chris Farley one?
Farley song at the end that nobody had seen yet, I thought that was just really well done.
Yeah. And have you ever seen Kevin James Sweat the Small Stuff? That one's really good.
No, but I've heard that guy is far funnier
Dude,
than
it's
he gets credit
hilarious.
for.
It's one of the best. And Steve Martin, either one.
The George Carlin one, of course, everybody always says that. Like, I know there's a few of them.
Right, 5 George Carlin ones, but Jammin' in New York is...
Was that that was the one with the New York set behind him?
Yeah.
The HBO, one of those HBO ones is just classic.
Dude,
that's the one you see all the all
man,
the GIFs from.
When Comedy Central was, running comedy specials, dude, Gallagher.
Oh, yeah, the Gallagher ones.
There were
really
Gallagher ones
fantastic.
that were on all the time.
That was always so cool.
Treese O'Neill, Elephant in the Room, is an obscure but well-regarded 1-hour special.
Ooh.
Also, to throw in somebody that's not, on Mount Rushmore. But you guys hit a lot of good ones. Jammin' in New
Patrice was
York,
great.
Live on the Sunset Strip. Both great. I'd say those are probably the best 2 specials of all time. Eddie Murphy, Raw or Delirious, interchangeable, I think.
Amazing Jonathan had a great stand-up special he used to play on Comedy Central.
Oh, yeah, the
back
Amazing
in
Jonathan
90s.
one was good, too.
He was hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, the Richard Pryor one, the Live on Sunset Strip, that's the one where he made fun of himself lighting himself on fire.
Yeah.
With the match.
Yeah, and he was nervous. They had to film it twice.
Yeah, that was great.
Wasn't there a really good Penn and Teller one back in the 90s where they did comedy and magic and like...
Yeah, they have a whole bunch too, man.
Yeah, they got a lot of good
They got a
stuff.
lot of them. Yeah, there's so many good ones out there. There are also a lot of bad ones too.
Yeah.
I love them.
All right, one more.
Well, okay, you tell me if you want me to skip this one or go to the next one, but somebody said it's been a while since we played the Butthurt game, and they threw a few quick rounds at us if we want to do it.
Well, since you brought it up, we can't.
We don't.
we
we can save it.
Nah, let's do it.
I might as well just do it. You brought it up. Let's go.
Okay.
Write down your
been
answers,
so
guys.
chill today. We should definitely.
It's fine.
Yeah,
Why do you got to bring it? No need to talk about the past.
Okay.
Who's most likely to bring up the past?
Rafe Williams.
Me. Can't put yourself.
All right.
God.
The first one is who's most likely to have an STD?
Okay. Who is most likely?
And you can't put yourself, right?
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Who would like to start?
I will.
Go ahead.
I went with Moon. You know, you had babies young. I mean, maybe, you know, protection wasn't used, so possibly STDs could have gotten through.
I would guarantee you that aside from Scott, I have the lowest number in the building.
Okay. Rafe, what do you say?
We can't put ourselves, right?
Right.
I'm going to say King Scott because it was the funniest to me.
That's not the spirit of the game.
No fun.
I think he's the least likely candidate, but also the most likely to have sex one time and get an STD.
I thought you were going to say most likely to sit on a toilet seat and get herpes.
Yeah. He insulated himself from it, but he didn't have time to put down a paper ass gasket at a Wally's and
does that
got
count?
an STD.
You didn't say how you got the STD because you get herpes from toilet seats. That's a thing.
I don't think that's a thing, but
it's not a thing. Scott,
I went with our boy Rafe. I mean, earlier in the show he talked about the experience with the sisters, and he's had some funny ones, and so I think he wins this one.
Okay, I say Rafe Williams with a Lern Elwell close second.
Thank you. Ho for show.
Okay, and Moon.
Yeah, I'm just going with predicted highest numbers, and Rafe fits the bill for me.
I'm honestly honored that it wasn't unanimous. So thank you for that. Thanks for choosing. I thought for sure this was all coming at me.
All right, next.
Okay, who do you think has the smallest PP? Lern doesn't count for this one, and you can't pick
man.
yourself.
All right.
Who has the smallest PP? Okay, we'll start with Lern.
Soft?
Yeah. Well, oh God. I'm going Rizz on this one. I don't know. Just
I got that small dong
you
energy.
got that SDE, dude.
That's small. Your penis also has no shins.
Yes, I have a shinless penis. And I'm proud of it. It's not the size, guys. It's how you use it.
Exactly.
Rafe?
I again went King Scott. Because I think that his little ginger pee-pee is scared of the sun. So I think it's probably gigantic when it's aroused, but very tiny when it's not.
Yeah, okay.
I just think I think it's a little ginger prince who's afraid of getting out in the sun, and he's just kind of like, ah! And he's also very shy. You know, I just think his penis is also a virgin. He's very shy. He doesn't like going to parties.
It's like a turtle.
Scott?
Yeah, I went with Rizz.
Okay.
Yeah. No explanation.
No explanation needed.
Yep.
I went with King Scott because I think his penis is sucked up into his body cavity most of the time.
Yeah.
Well,
welcome to my
not far
world.
off.
He goes, well.
Moon?
That's why you got to be careful when I stick my tongue out.
Well, you yelled at me earlier, and I just couldn't figure out why you would do that, other than you must have a small PP and you're really angry about it.
SDE was earlier on the show.
There's no other reasonable explanation other than...
Was he yelling? All right, fine. All right, fine. Next.
Who is most likely to come to work smelling horrid?
Ooh.
Oh man, you guys all smell really good. Or don't smell.
Okay. I'll start. Rafe Williams.
Yeah?
I believe you are the most likely to come to work smelling hard.
Interesting.
Now, it could go one of two ways. Hard to me is a lot of cover-up.
Oh.
Could be whatever cologne.
Oh, yeah.
Axe body spray. I don't know. But to me, don't like it. Sometimes you oh my God, it's, whatever time it is, I got to jump out of bed. I haven't properly taken care of myself. And I'm going to, whatever spray to mask my natural musk.
Okay.
That's my reasoning. You?
I put you.
Why is that, pal?
Because you picked me. And no, I because you're not a morning shower person.
You're right.
That's an interesting.
I used to be.
I always shower in the morning. That's why it's interesting that you chose me. I
used to be a morning shower person. It's been almost a year since
you're not a morning shower person, so that was really my logic. Was just like, you're not going to do it. You're going to come in here at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you might, you might roll out of bed and have a little stank on you.
Okay, Moon.
Everybody in this room does usually smell nice or neutral. My first thought was King Scott just because of the hair, but then I remembered, so Rafe does typically come in here. Usually is dissipated by 8:30, but typically when he walks in that 5 a.m. hour, it's very strong. And it's been consistent, so it's not super offensive, that particular scent. But if it were something that I didn't like, and for Rizz's exact same reason, that's the only thing I could think of, because nobody smells bad.
No, my whole
by
thing
strong, do you mean body odor? I smell I stink.
Whatever you're putting on is like it smacks me.
It's sometimes strong. My whole thing is I just want to smell neutral.
Yeah, I work hard at trying.
I work hard at being neutral.
Yeah,
but that's also because I grew up with, and this is not your fault.
That's for sure.
This is not your fault, but I grew up with my dad, and anytime you put on your 9th grade Brute or whatever crap that we were buying at the time, he would always just. It was so offensive. He has a super smell nose, and he would always go, "You smell like a French whorehouse." That was his thing. And
how do you know what those smell like?
I don't know.
Good question.
His time in the service, I
I was
guess.
trying to figure out if that equals horrid.
Yeah, I picked Scott because I know you work hard. You roll around with your Aussies. You can only wash that hair like how many times a week? Like once a week, maybe?
Once, yeah.
So you're working hard, so you'll probably have a little head sweat. So I'm picking Scott mainly because of all that fabulous hair.
Scott, who'd you pick?
I went with Sir Rafe. I mean, he's the late night comedian that sometimes will probably have to call it close to getting a shower in there. But I do like the Brute. I think we can smell that when he walks in sometimes. So.
I like your cologne, Rafe.
No, me too. Whatever it is,
apparently
it smells
you are the only one.
I worry that I
don't
gross
like
you guys
perfume.
out with my perfume, because I do deck myself out as I'm like leaving my house. I put it. Does it bother you?
No, it does not. No, but it was when he first moved into the office. I was like, oh, there's definitely a chick in here.
Yeah, there's chick smell.
Which was fine because the office almost
It
went
smelled like
locker room.
Yeah, it smelled like undersack. I get it. All right, we got to take a break. All right, Crab on Celebrities next, 8:47 Wednesday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Man, it's a lot of trouble out there. There's a lane block due to a crash 270 southbound at Olive. There are delays 270 eastbound between Big Ben and Manchester. There's a lane block due to a crash 270 northbound at Sappington. Your point forecast, chilly start, but a beautiful afternoon today. High of 74. Right now it is 54 at the Point Studio.
All right, Lern, what do you got for us?
A Diddy update, and within this update, the names will shock you. Slipknot did a Hot Ones episode in their masks. Would you pay $700 to meet this person? And we sadly have a couple of RIPs over the last 24 hours.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday. All that and more next in your Crap on Celebrities. Stay there.
Hey, it's Lux, and I'm backstage at Point Fest with the Glorious Sons. What's up, guys?
How you doing?
This is your second Point Fest in a row.
Yep.
Not only were you invited once, but you've been invited back again. How has this day shaped up compared to last year?
This is a nice day.
Nice
Good
day.
crowd. Great crowd
Great
today.
crowd, yeah.
Good crowd. Great crowd.
I needed that show today.
Did you?
Yep.
Where
I
were you
didn't.
guys?
Brett didn't,
I could have
but
just
I
stayed
did.
home and done this. So where were you guys last night?
Oklahoma.
Good.
Yes.
You know-
Rocklahoma.
Rocklahoma.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big festival.
Yeah.
Did you get to see any cool bands?
No. We stayed in our bus and we left before tornado hit.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, really?
I don't think a tornado
No,
actually
it
hit,
didn't
but
hit,
there
but-
was like a
Bad weather?
Yeah, bad.
Sitting in traffic. Oh, man. On your way to a job. Like, why? Sucks. I don't like what I'm doing. I'm wasting all my time in the car, commuting there and back. And when I'm there, I'm miserable and it's affecting my family. And yeah, I've kind of reached the top. I can't go any further. I'm not going to make any more money. Well, are you ready to change your future? You could do so with a change in careers. How about a career in technology, the ever-growing technology field? Dive into Centric's accelerated tech program, Centric Training. Whether you're into coding or cybersecurity or network administration, Centric's got you covered. In as little as 4 months, you could get the skills you need with hands-on training that sets you up for real-world success. Imagine, a little after the new year, you're ready to go in a new career. 2025 is going to be different from 2024 because you're ready to start your career in technology. Here's the best part. You learn, you choose how to learn. Online, on-site, day, evening, flex option. Their flexible learning fits your lifestyle. It's not the other way around. With new programs starting all the time, the right moment is whenever you're ready. Centric.com/Rizz, CENTRIQ.com/Rizz.
There's a big tour, big show coming to St. Louis, April the 1st over at the Chaffetz Arena. And I am very stoked for the very first time to be chatting with Co Wetzel. Co, you'll be at Chaffetz. It is the Road to El Paso Tour Part 1. And we're playing the song Creeps. And it's really nice to meet you, Co.
Hey, man, I appreciate you having us on. Thank you for jamming the music, dude.
Now, no problem at all. And we got a lot to get to here. But I, as somebody that's kind of new to you and what you do, what was the first music in your life that caught your ear, that made you, that started to like kind of lay the foundation for you being a very passionate music fan?
I would probably have to say Nirvana. I grew up on all kinds of music, and then I found out who Nirvana was in the 8th grade or 7th or 8th grade, and I don't know, man. They kind of grabbed me. Kurt's voice and the way that they put all the music together was. It was unlike anything I had ever heard, and I was like, "Oh hell yeah, I got to do this."
And so, was it that record? Was it Nevermind and In Utero, whatever, Nirvana in general? So that was the one that was like, "All right, I want to do this."
Yeah, absolutely. I grew up playing music, but it was always country.
All right.
And stuff like,
So then, on top of that, Co, when did you? Yeah. Oh, sorry to interrupt. I apologize. But so when did you feel like, what? I can do music for my life. Like, this is something that I can do. I want to do this. I want to make a living doing this.
Yeah, I think it was more in college. I played and I wrote through high school, played gigs through high school and stuff. But once I got into college, I was like, screw school, I played football for a little bit in school. And I was like, I'm not going to make it to the NFL. I'm not going to become a doctor. So why not go get some free beer and make a little money doing it, so
I saw that post I think you made yesterday about your grandma on the Dallas Cowboys. And and I found that to be so funny. So are you a Cowboy fan to this day because of grandma?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Like, I think not even 24 hours after I was born, I was in a Cowboy onesie. So yeah, I'm a day one.
That's so awesome, because I remember it was so funny reading that post of yours, because I remember my grandmother also chain smoking what must have been the cheapest cigarettes known to mankind, and then chirping at me about why I even played sports, that I should just be working on my school, and why weren't my grades better. But I could still remember her at her back porch just chain smoking and then yelling at me at the same time.
Lighting one with the other,
Which I always thought, like, when I saw my grandparents do that, and I've never wanted to be a smoker, but I was like, man, that's kind of badass. It shouldn't be, but I thought they were so cool for doing it. So Co, one of your buddies has become a huge fan favorite on our radio station, and that is Jelly Roll. And one of the things that Jelly and I had the opportunity to chat a couple of times, and one of the things that I really like about him and what he's doing, and I think the same goes for you, is that I feel like we get all, and music people, radio people, label people, we get way too into the weeds about genres, about it being this or it being this. And I don't know anybody that just listens to music in those kinds of narrow sort of terms. So honestly, I just love that you guys are bringing a new style, which is all of the styles kind of back to the forefront. I feel like it's just good for all of us as music fans. Am I nuts?
No, you're completely right. You know what Jelly's doing, and you know, and other artists as well, is, you know, it's, as an artist, I feel like you don't want to be labeled as a genre. You know, you kind of want to, you know, just kind of play music, and whatever comes out, you know. And so Jelly's, man, he's killing it, absolutely crushing it. One of my dear friends, you know. But to mix, you know, the country with the rock, with the kind of hip hop, and man, whenever you're able to do that and be versatile like that, man, I think fans really appreciate it, you know, instead of, you know, listening through a record that sounds the exact same all the way through. You have these ups and downs of different styles of music. The fans definitely, you know, can get behind it.
Yeah, absolutely so.
Window Nation, if you want in on a secret, I'll tell it to you right now. October is the best time to buy new windows. It's getting colder. Your heating bills are going to start to rise. Your house's old, damaged windows, we're going to let all that heat and your money go right out the window. You're going to be heating the neighborhood, as my dad says. So get them fixed properly and make it a priority. And who would I call? I would call Window Nation, and that's who my family has called. My mother-in-law raves about her experience with Window Nation, not just the windows, but the actual experience as well. And they can be installed in a day or less. This October, you buy 2 windows, you get 2 free. There's no limit on how much you can save. Plus, you save big with no interest or payments for 24 months. Why do I like Window Nation? Like I said, I love and respect my mother-in-law, and she is not wrong about anything, period. 5 stars. She would give it 6 stars review if she could. And there's 33,000 Google reviews there of other people that gave them 5 stars as well. They partner with top manufacturers to build the best quality, affordable windows and then pass the savings on to you. Again, why would you go anywhere else? All right? This is a great value, great product, and great customer service. Now through October 31st, you buy 2, you get 2, and there's no limit to that. Schedule your fast in-home estimate right now at 866-90-NATION, or tell them Moon sent you when you go to the website windownation.com.
So you find out what cruise you're going on, what cruise line?
I found out the cruise line. I don't know the boat. I don't know if it's diarrhea boat.
Oh man!
But and
headline, 180 Royal Caribbean cruise passengers sickened with gastrointestinal illness.
Yeah, it's Royal Caribbean for sure. And I said, "What boat are we on?" And she said, "I don't know."
Well, what's the best time to fly? It's after an accident. What's the best time to cruise? After a diarrhea outbreak.
Yeah, this room is exceptionally clean this time. I wonder what happened on the last cruise.
So this was the Radiance of the Seas.
Oh, is that the one that took over for Harmony of the Seas as far as the biggest?
Radiance, just under 9% of the 2,172 passengers on board the Radiance of the Seas ship reported falling ill.
Let's see. I'm going to look up the schedule for that boat and see if it's... Harmony of the Seas was the one we did last time. And
Radiance is up in... You know what? I think you're good. This is an Alaskan cruise.
Oh, yeah. We're not doing
You're
Alaska.
good. You're good.
I don't know where I'm going, but I know where I'm not going, and I'm not going to Alaska.
Were you told to bring a bathing suit or a coat? That's quite telling.
Oh, that one's all the way up there? Okay. It says it's down.
The Radiance of the Seas?
Yeah. Well, never mind. It does have... It's snowy mountains behind it. It just said there was registered.
It's a nice boat.
It says it was registered in the Bahamas.
Hey, just so you know, so you're going on Royal Caribbean, what is their diarrhea policy? We're all very curious.
What do you mean policy?
If you get it, stay in your room. Don't talk to anybody.
The Royal Caribbean diarrhea policy. Yes, this is a thing. They have a policy in place if you have diarrhea. Because they don't want that. They don't want you out.
Yeah, you got to quarantine.
Yeah. You got to quarantine. If you experience diarrhea or other symptoms of a communicable disease while on a Royal Caribbean cruise, you must immediately return to your stateroom. Like, I got stomach's bubbling. Report the symptoms to the ship's medical personnel by calling the medical facility. Report the symptoms for any members of your traveling party. You need to isolate.
You can isolate or go to the poop deck. One of the
Yes.
two.
Sorry, that's why they call it the poop deck. Thank you.
Ugh.
What happens
I'm
if you have
never
diarrhea
going.
on a cruise ship? Let's see here. It typically runs its course 24 to 48 hours. Should be fine. Well, good luck, buddy. Enjoy your cruise.
Yeah.
You know what, dude?
You can have fun.
I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm already enjoying it. Right
So
now.
far, yeah.
Right now,
You look very
I'm just having a
relaxed.
good time, man. Everything's fine.
Today is October the 2nd. Back in the day, 74 years ago, 1950, the first Peanuts comic strip featuring Charlie Brown and Snoopy appeared in 9 newspapers under the name Lowell Folks.
Cute.
65 years ago, 1959, The Twilight Zone debuts on CBS. It is created and hosted by Rod Serling.
He's so cute.
The show still holds up, too.
Good-looking dude, right? I mean, but
Great
he was
brow.
a heavy smoker. They said, look up how many packs of cigarettes
When it
Rod
was cool
Serling
to
smoked.
smoke.
Yeah, because he always smoked on TV, right?
Yeah.
Like in the opening, right?
In the opening.
You saw the smoke come up?
I think he died of lung cancer, but he was like a 3 or 4 pack guy every day.
Yeah, it says 3 to 4 packs
Yeah.
Damn.
each day on average.
Do you guys
Okay.
like the Twilight Zone movie, the 80s?
Oh,
that came
that's the
out?
one where people died during the filming of it.
Get out of here. Did they really?
Oh, that was a big
I think you're right about that.
tragedy because it was a famous director too who was directing it. Was it John Landis? I believe John
Sounds
Landis.
right.
It was an accident where like 2 or 3 people died. It was a helicopter accident.
Holy
Oh,
crap,
that's
dude.
yes.
Yeah, a little kid died.
Little kid died. Like the main guy died. Was it John Landis?
Yeah, Landis, directed by John Landis.
Yep.
I loved that
Vic
movie.
Morrow.
In the
Vic
90s.
Morrow. That's right. Vic Morrow.
USA Up All Night used to play it all the time, and I loved it. It was such a weird, and to watch that as a kid, like I didn't grow up necessarily with the Twilight Zone. I got into that later in in college. Start watching it.
But if you're smoking 4 packs of cigarettes a day, what, 20 cigarettes a pack? So that's 80 cigarettes. You are lighting cigarettes off other cigarettes.
Yeah, you're stressed.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, it's gotta
Like
be
you are
difficult to
taking
do.
the cigarette you're done with and lighting your new cigarette with it. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of smokes. 43 years ago, 1981, the Police released their 4th record, Ghost in the Machine, featuring Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic. 42 years ago, 1982, Jack and Diane by John Cougar Mellencamp hits #1 on the pop singles chart. 40 years ago, 1984, Papa John's Pizza was founded. Now, do you know the story behind Papa John's?
No.
Remember the guy, John Schnatter?
Oh, yeah.
John Schnatter founded his pizza restaurant, which he funded by selling his 1971 Camaro. Since then, Papa John's has expanded to be a top 4 pizza chain in the U.S. Innovated industry staples like pizza dipping sauces, the heart-shaped Valentine's Day pizzas, and online ordering. And famously, Papa John's bounced John after he kept digging a deeper hole in the land of, I'm not racist, but...
What a dummy.
But on the plus, remember that?
Yeah.
On the plus side for him, he did eventually track down his Camaro back in 2009 and bought it back for $250,000.
Wow. Oh, my gosh. What?
Yeah.
What kind of Camaro?
So he sold his 1971 Camaro to fund his first restaurant, and he bought it back in 2009.
You think he'd use a different car
To somebody that knew who he was.
I guess so. 32 years ago, 1992, The Mighty Ducks was released, starring Emilio Estevez as a lawyer sentenced to coach a youth hockey team as his community service. 29 years ago, 1995, O.J. Simpson trial jurors stunned the courtroom by reaching a verdict in the 8-month murder trial in less than 4 hours. Their decision was kept secret until the next day. 23 years ago, 2001, Scrubs premiered on NBC. And 7 years ago today, in 2017, I say 2017, and I remember exactly where I was, Tom Petty dies of an accidental overdose at the age of 66.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened back in the day. We're sitting poolside in Vegas because it was the day after the Vegas shooting.
Yeah.
Golly.
And sitting there with my wife and my brother-in-law, we were out there celebrating his 40th birthday. Which reminds me, I got to call my brother-in-law. And just the Vegas had emptied after the shooting. And we were like the only ones. I forget what hotel we were staying at, but we're the only ones down at the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else had left. Like, what else? And then Tom Petty. We find out Tom Petty passed away. Then they go, what else? Also come to find out my mom had fallen in our backyard and shattered her arm in 3 places.
Man.
Remember that?
Yeah.
All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your Crap on Celebrities.
And we start with this. The days of snickering about baby oil and Sean Diddy Combs freak-offs are over. A Texas lawyer held a press conference to announce he has 120 clients accusing Diddy of multiple crimes. They provided texts, photos, videos as evidence. Attorney Tony Busby warned, quote, many dirty secrets will be revealed and many powerful people will be exposed. The names will shock you.
I don't believe it.
Now, this guy intends to file civil suits against Diddy this month alleging sexual assault, false imprisonment, dissemination of home sex tapes, and sexual abuse of minors. Now, NFL fans, you may recognize the name Tony Busby because he represented the women that accused quarterback Deshaun Watson of sexual assault. He also went after rapper Travis Scott with a $750 million lawsuit for the fatal Astro World Festival.
Okay, so he says there are big names on here. Now, I'm not saying they're not big names. I will never find out. You don't think? I'm still waiting for the Epstein names. Remember?
That's a good point, actually. That is
still waiting for all those Epstein names.
The thing I read on the plane on the way home said been as young as 9.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You know, I keep, there's all this speculation, on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to name, Ashton Kutcher? Is it DiCaprio? Is it,
Right.
Obama? Is it, all these names being thrown around? We're never going to find out.
Well, half of
Trust
the
me.
120
I could be
clients
wrong. I don't know.
are men. More than half had reported the alleged acts to law enforcement or while being treated at the hospital. Medical exams detected that several were drugged with a horse tranquilizer, and a few of them have been interviewed by the FBI, which investigated Diddy for felony racketeering and sex trafficking. Corey Taylor and Sean Crahan of Slipknot appear on the new episode of Hot One Versus, and it is pretty fantastic because they're in masks.
Yeah, I watched some of this.
Some
It's
of it
good.
too. So it's pretty funny. Taylor gets asked to rank artists that he's had beef with, while Sean Crahan has had to rank artists with masks. They have to eat the wings while their masks are on, plus bash a piñata for their 25th anniversary. So check that out.
Yeah, it's a funny episode.
It is pretty funny. Would you guys pay, is there a celebrity that you would pay $700 to meet?
So $700 for a meet and greet.
Here's what you get. You get $700. You get a meet and greet. You get a photo with this person. You also get a solo photo, whatever you want.
I don't think so.
You wouldn't pay $700?
No. If it's just a meet and greet, and I know how those things go.
They're real. It's real fast.
It's real fast.
So you have nobody in your world.
If it was hey, $700 to spend a day with, and kick it, and it was Matthew McConaughey, yep.
Okay. Green lights, right on.
That's who I would pick.
Yeah, all right.
But if it's $700 for a hang, a day hang, not a meet and greet, not one of these cattle call, you have to wait in line.
Okay.
And then you get 3 seconds with the guy. You can only sign one thing.
Nobody.
And one picture. No redos.
$700 to me isn't. It's a lot of money, but it's not the craziest
doable.
amount of money that you would pay. I would pay $1,000 to meet certain celebrities.
Who?
I'd love to meet Kate Hudson and Goldie Hawn. Oh my God, especially both of them, please.
Okay, so it's $700 just for a cattle call picture.
Just to meet her, just to hug her and have a photo with her.
But you're not really, there's no connection there. You're just getting a photo. You're basically paying $700 to be in a room with this person and just take a photo.
I paid $75 to meet Jonathan Van Ness last weekend. I thought that was a great price. I was
$75, reasonable.
Got to hug him, got to talk to him for a little while.
It also depends on the I've seen people, when Chelsea or Trailer Trash Tammy does her meet and greet, she limits the amount and spends time with people. I'm just depends on what you're trying to get out of it. If you choose to make it a photo op, that's on you. Or you could spend 4 minutes trying to connect with the person and talking.
But it's not always on you. It's on the artist and how many people they have and how much time they have allotted.
Let's assume you get a few minutes with this person to have a conversation, a 5-minute conversation.
$700.
Is there anybody that's worth it to you?
$700, no.
No.
Really?
None of you guys?
I don't think so, no.
Well, I saw this come over the wire, and I thought, this is actually really cool. So Ozzy Osbourne and his family. So you get Ozzy, Sharon, Jack, and Kelly Osbourne. They're going to make a rare autograph signing and photo op appearance at the horror film festival Son of Monster Palooza at the Marriott Burbank Convention Center in Burbank, California. It's happening next weekend. And so the Ultimate Sin VIP package. I mean, this is Ozzy. Ozzy's going to be gone one day.
Mm-hmm.
He is iconic.
How do you know that?
He might be the Prince of Darkness. Who knows? But like, meeting the whole Osborne family. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you're spending a second with them.
I mean,
is that really meeting somebody?
That's a second that not everybody gets. I mean, that's special. I don't know. I obviously don't have children.
Employing my 3 to 5 minute
stuff
rule.
like this.
That would be pretty cool.
It'd be sweet.
5 minutes with Ozzy.
No way you're getting 5 minutes.
Dude, you could spend the day with Ozzy and he wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Think of the great difference. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. But that's the day that you know. That's the day you know you spent with him.
You could play golf with Ozzy and he would not even remember that it happened.
There's no way you are getting 30 seconds with him.
I mean, I would do it.
For $700.
Quite a few people.
And this is a deal.
Kurt Russell. I'd pay $700 for that.
Alice in Chains guitarist Jerry Cantrell says it's a pretty cool feeling being around at the dawn of the Seattle grunge movement. He was just interviewed by YouTuber Rick Beto. Cantrell remembered the Washington scene as being littered with bands 2 to 3 years apart in age. Here he is talking about if that grunge scene could ever happen again.
And I watch this guy. His name is Rick Beato.
Oh, excuse me.
He's a music teacher, and he interviews
everybody
in depth.
I need to follow him.
Like a lot of great guitarists. All sorts of musicians, everybody from Billy Corgan to
Rick Beato
to Jerry Cantrell to Tool's drummer.
That's great.
Danny Carey. Spends like an hour or two, goes through songs. This guy's excellent.
Subscribe.
So this is Jerry Cantrell.
Do you think that there could ever be something that happened like with Seattle at the time? Do you think that that could ever happen again?
Sure, because it happened. It was an interesting time. There was so much great music. Music was already changing in the late '80s. You know, there was a heavier, more aggressive element to it, not just in our town, but just across the globe, and things were changing a little bit.
Yeah, and this guy asks questions that I would want to know answers to. Like,
really,
as a fan, you could tell this guy's a fan. He's an older guy. He's probably in his 50s. Excellent.
Rick Beato.
Rick Beato. Beato.
In TV news, Gossip Girl is coming to Netflix on October 29th. All 6 seasons are going to be available to stream. So people are excited about that. Can Billy Crystal do a psychological horror? Well, there's a new trailer for the new Apple TV Plus series called Before. And so it's starring Billy Crystal as Eli, a child psychiatrist trying to help a young boy who's named Noah, who seems to have a connection to Eli's past and processing death of his wife. And there's a mysterious bond between him and this kid. And apparently Noah is drawing all sorts of crazy stuff. And Billy Crystal's trying to psychologically assess it.
Has he done trauma before?
I think he would crush that role. I think Billy Crystal gets thought of as like a 1 or 2 dimensional sort of dude. I think the dude is one of the most talented.
I do
he hasn't done that. He hasn't done much in a while.
It's kind of going to be like Steve Carell, I feel like, who was always the funny guy or in these comedies, and then that show that he was in that we watched where he's the therapist and he gets kidnapped.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be kind of similar to that.
Did you see him in Foxcatcher?
No.
Whoa, that's a good one.
Steve Carell?
Yes. He is.
He played the coach, right?
Yes.
To Channing Tatum's wrestler.
You should see it. He is crazy.
Yeah, Crystal looks awesome in this role from the trailer here.
Moving into movie news, Scream 7 is slated to be released in February of 2026. Nev Campbell will return to the Scream universe after sitting out on the 6th movie due to financial dispute. And now we have to say rest in peace to a lot of people. Well, actually, no, before I get to that. No, let's do the rest in peace. John Amos has passed away at the age of 84. Statement released on Tuesday. Amos' son announced his father passed away on August 21st due to natural causes. Most well known for his role as James Evans in the 1970s sitcom Good Times. He was also Kunta Kinte in the television miniseries Roots. He also portrayed Cleo McDowell, owner of McDowell's and Coming to America. He was in Die Hard 2,
Golden
Beastmaster, Mary Tyler Moore Show. I was thinking, I'm like, James Earl Jones is gone, and now Cleo McDowell's gone. Both dads in Coming to America
How about this?
are gone.
He was also Seth in The Beastmaster.
How about we lost famous Amos, the cookie guy, not too long ago.
Yeah.
And now John Amos.
Yeah, if your name
who
is
for
Amos.
a long time I thought was the same person. I'll be honest with you.
Well,
What do you mean?
I thought they were the same
No, I'm just
person. I
kidding.
thought it was
That's okay.
I thought John Amos was the cookie guy too.
that'd be amazing.
If your name is Amos, time is
Running out.
up.
Yeah, I think he was in bad shape for a little while. I think there was a thing with like, didn't they put him in a nursing home and he was worried like his family was taking advantage of him? I don't think it was a very happy ending.
Oh no.
Bummer. Well, his memory will live on in the art that he gave us. Musical theater actor and St. Louis native Ken Page died on Monday. He was 70. He was still active on the stage, appeared in the Muni's production of Les Miserables this past summer. Fox 2 reports Page was best known for his role as the lion in the hit musical The Wiz and voicing Oogie Boogie in the classical animated movie The Nightmare Before Christmas, as well as countless roles at the Muni and in the New York musical scene over the years. So
Yeah, this guy did it all. I mean, Bishop DeBerg High School he's a graduate of. They called him the voice of the Muni.
Really?
Made it big nationally, big in the theater.
Oh, good for him.
Oogie Boogie in A Nightmare Before Christmas.
I need to watch that again. I don't think I've
I haven't
seen
watched
that.
it in a long time either.
This is Ken Page.
Better pay attention now, cause I'm the boogeyman. And if you aren't shaking, there's something very wrong. Cause this may be the last time you hear the boogie song.
St. Louis's own R.I.P.
And also rest in peace to Frank Fritz, one half of the duo behind the hit show American Pickers. He was 58 years old. Apparently, he was on hospice.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, he was one of the main
Skinny
guys.
guy or fat guy?
The bearded guy, the fatter guy.
No way.
He was dealing with a number of health issues, including Crohn's and the effects of a stroke that he had in 2022. So he had been on hospice, which nobody knew.
I did not know that.
didn't
I didn't know
that
he
at
had
all.
a stroke or anything.
That's a great show.
I just knew he
It
hasn't
is.
been on the show for a while.
I mean, it's so formulaic and whatever it is, but it's just good entertainment.
Yeah. He was great. So rest in peace to Frank Fritz. And finally, if you're going to Vegas, for any reason, you might run into a 43-foot-tall marionette doll of naked former President Donald Trump, which appeared over the weekend along Interstate 15 in Vegas, and it is the latest tourist attraction. The massive foam sculpture is titled Crooked and Obscene and is meant to ignite conversations, according to a spokesperson for the artist.
Yes, that's why they put it on.
But Nevada Republicans have called it offensive and say it was designed intentionally for shock value rather than for a meaningful dialogue. Here's the clip of Las Vegas residents reacting to the 43-foot-tall naked Donald Trump.
Of course, it's a statement, but there's no text saying something about Trump or, of course, it's a bit weird maybe that he's nude, but it's also interesting to see. I mean, it's a way of, portraying him, I guess. But I think it's an interesting piece of art.
Is it a political statement or I don't know what it is.
No?
But, hey, Vegas, anything will happen in Vegas.
I love that guy's voice.
It also looks like he's
out of here.
So the
It's the news.
sculpture had disappeared by Tuesday morning, but it will be reportedly popping up in key swing states between now and Election Day. And that is your crap on celebrities.
Celebrity celebrating a birthday today. Paul Tuttle Jr. from American Chopper is 50. Efren Ramirez. Who's that?
Pedro.
Pedro in
And I did a
Napoleon
gig
Dynamite.
with him at Roxy's.
Efren?
Yeah.
Vote for
It was
Efren.
a vote for Pedro night at Roxy's over in Brooklyn. Me and him hosted the party. Nice fella.
Yeah, well, vote for Efren is 51. Tiffany, I think we're alone now. Tiffany is 53. Kelly Ripa is 54. Freddie Jackson is 68. Philip Oakley from Human League is 69. Lorraine Bracco, that's Dr. Jennifer on The Sopranos. Also Ray Liotta's wife in Goodfellas. Lorraine is 70. Sting is 73. Avery Brooks, Captain Sisko on Star Trek Deep Space Nine is 76. And Don McLean, American Pie from 1971. Don McLean is 79 years old today.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Vanilla Sky. And today's birthday
cool
girl
movie.
has been in a whole bunch of fine films. A lot. Including 42nd Street Hookers 3, All-American Nymphos 4. She was in The Ass Farmer. Lern's favorite, a movie called Ball Hogs.
Oh, it's so good.
sport flick.
Blame It on Daddy. Rafe's favorite, Girth, Wind, and Fire. The infamous Bang House. The Last Whorehouse on the Left. And who could forget a role in 2004's Moon's favorite, small sluts, nice butts too. Vanilla Sky is 40 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those were your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, we'll take a break. Moon's got sports next. It is 9:18. It is Wednesday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Get Golden Oak Lending, or let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Well, St. Louis, you've done it. It used to be a disaster out there merely an hour ago, and apparently now the highways are clear. Your point forecast, chilly start, but a beautiful afternoon. High of 74 right now. It's 57 at the Point Studio.
So let's start off with an easy one.
Okay.
You have this incredible career with Everclear.
Right.
Made all of these records. You've had, I would think, multiple opportunities to do like a solo record, but you're going to put out a solo record for seemingly the first time in your career.
For not seemingly the first time.
The first time in your career. Why now?
Well, I mean, you know as well as I do that Everclear has been my baby from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's my thing. So as far as doing a rock band situation, I never felt really a need to do a solo record. I tried to do one once, and it turned into an Everclear record. And I wanted this to be different. I wanted this to be just me playing everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's mostly acoustic guitar.
When you bought your home, you took on more than just that house payment. I mean, a house takes a lot of responsibility, it takes a lot of upkeep, so maybe you spend your weekends on that, and all those repairs and the fixings and all that, it just empties your bank account, and it's hard to get ahead, and your equity's all locked up, and you feel like you just can't do anything, but you love your home, and you wish you could stay there, but it's a constant struggle, and that money, man, would that be nice? Well, what if you could sell your home and reclaim your weekends and not have to move? And you can. With Truehold's Sell and Stay program, Truehold's going to buy your home right now while the market is high, and you can bank all that equity in cash and stay in your home with a lease. Plus, you won't have to worry about those property taxes or insurance or upkeep anymore. They take care of that. Truehold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Join the thousands that have secured their retirement, paid off bills, and financed their dreams. Get an offer right now while the market is hot. Call 1-855-300-9993 or visit Truehold.com to cash out your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
He is kind. He is supple. He is magical. He is stainless. He is sensual. He is raw. He is power. He is limber. He is untouched. He is pure. King Scott Extra Virgin Royal Oil. Maintain your purity.
Never been sure.
Paps, be good to your daughters. That's how you know to be good. 'Cause some will turn to mommies when others will be daughters and dads. That's how your brothers can be mothers too. That was John Mayer. Daughters.
Hey, it's Jeff backstage at Wayback Point Fest in freaking living color. Look at those guys. They're right there. Thank you guys for taking the time to do this. Much appreciated. Let's get this out of the way. I have an amazing story about, and I just told this on the show. I do the morning show. I'm part of the morning show on The Point. A million years ago when you guys were on a tour opening with Rolling Stones. Yeah. Or for Rolling Stones, whatever. Are they closed for you guys is the way I look at it. You guys did the stop at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Yes. 1990, whatever it was, or 80, whatever 89. It was. 89. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm 52. I'm right there. Okay. Right. So my dad was a huge fan of the Rolling Stones. Right. Not in great health at the time. Wasn't walking very well. So I drove him because I'm a fan of you guys, and I was a fan of Rolling Stones because I had to be. And we roll up in his truck, and I let him out at the curb so he can walk in and find his seats. Right. And while I park his truck, he gets out. You guys are already on. And he goes, "What the hell is that god-awful noise like that?" And I was like, "Dad, that's the opening band. It's Living Color. That's the band I was telling you about." He walks in, and I park the truck, and by the time he is this, like this. Rocking out. The dude would be 70-something right now if he was still with us. And he found dudes that he graduated high school with. And the last time he saw those people, they were listening to the Rolling Stones, smoking pot, and that's what they were doing. Wow. So because of you guys, I had this amazing, amazing moment with my dad. So thank you very much. So that leads me into, and I think maybe that's part of the answer, but why you guys are still doing this. After all of these years, all of the success, all of the touring, all of that, what keeps you guys driving to do this?
We're trying to get it right at some point, basically.
Are you kidding me?
It's funny. It's a great question. I mean, part of it is, the conversation we started back in the 80s, late 80s. A lot of things that we were talking about through the 90s, a lot of those things haven't gone passe. Like a lot of the songs we, we're living with the cult of personality right now. Right. And we're still living with things like Funny Vibe, and we're still living with things like Open Letter to a Landlord. And a lot of things that like a song like Time's Up is even more relevant. It was really odd. We were kind of doing our little homage to the Bad Brains. Right. And Corey come up with these lyrics, and the lyrics are all about the environment. And it seemed really an odd choice at the time, but it's incredibly in sync with what's happening now. So a lot of what
Chesterfield Fence and Deck, there's no greater feeling after they're done. After Chesterfield Fence and Deck is done with their work. Like when we got our new deck back in 2019, when they were done, just awesome. And that new deck, it really brought our family together, honestly. It brought our family closer because we hang out all the time, whether it be, having dinner on top of the deck or even the underdecking, which is something I never would have thought of doing. Chesterfield Fence and Decks are like, hey, you have all the space under here. Why don't we enclose it off, put a fan, so if it's raining, you guys could still hang out outside. And it's amazing. We have furniture under there. Chesterfield Fence and Deck, locally owned and operated for 56 years, same ownership since 1968. Fences and decks and sunrooms and screen rooms and patios, retaining walls and windows. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. If you mention the Rizz Show this month, you'll get 48 months of interest-free financing on your next installed outdoor project. Chesterfield Fence and Deck online at chesterfieldfence.com. After all, who doesn't want a bigger deck?
Well, here we are at the Chaffetz Arena, gigantic show tonight with the Killers, joined by Brandon and Ronnie. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it. Yeah. I love the album. Wonderful, Wonderful is out now. It is it's such a great record. I think very much worth the wait. I want to know first things first about Jackknife Lee.
So we could finally put that garbage Cardinal season on our rearview mirror, right? We're moving on. No need to talk about the past anymore, right?
No, moving on.
Moving on.
With big changes, DeWitt and Mo and everybody is normal and everybody's back. And
everybody's back. So think about this. So the Cardinals are done. St. Louis City SC
plays tonight.
They play tonight. But
eliminated.
But they're done.
No playoff picture.
We got Blues hockey starting.
Blues hockey starts very shortly. They only have, one?
Next Tuesday is the first game. They start on the road. But next Tuesday is the open of the season for the Blues. So we do have something to look forward to, right?
Yeah, only two more preseason games to look forward to as far as the Blues go, and then it's season time.
All right, let's do sports. All right, Moon, what do you got?
Sports brought to you by 19 Crimes Snoop Dogg Smooth, a silky red blend wine to kick back, relax, and enjoy. Speaking of soccer, Soccer 101 podcast, Rockio and I put one up just yesterday, or maybe it was the day before, because we had a lot to talk about from the last couple of weeks, and then St. Louis will take on LAFC, who's pretty much top of the West. They're second right now. That's a 9:30 start tonight because they're on the West Coast.
So how many more games do they have?
Let's see. There's 3, I believe. We have one against LAFC today, and then on Saturday we will be at home against, maybe it's Houston, and then Minnesota United away. So 3 matches left, yeah. I think our last match is on the 19th of October. But tune in tonight if you're, a night owl. After Tuesday night's 3-1 loss to the Blue Jackets, St. Louis has just 2 remaining preseason games before it opens the season next week in Seattle. Justin Falk scored for the Blues on the power play, while Joel Hofer played the entire game in goal. With the loss, the Blues dropped to 1-4-0 in their 5 preseason games, with just Thursday's game against Dallas and Saturday's game against Chicago in Milwaukee remaining on the schedule. It started with an Instagram like. The L.A. Raiders All-Pro Devontae Adams fielded questions Tuesday morning about his head coach Antonio Pierce appearing to publicly endorse that he be traded. Hours later, Adams told the Raiders that he does prefer to be traded, so you may have seen his last snap as a Raider already. What happened was the coach, Antonio Pierce, somebody posted an Instagram post about trading Adams away, and I guess Antonio Pierce, the coach, liked it.
Oh.
And media ran with it. And then when they asked him, he basically said he's reaching out to teams to gauge interest in the veteran wide receiver. So it looks like he is going to be gone. He tallied 103 receptions for 1,144 yards and 8 touchdowns in 17 games for the Raiders last season. He's already caught 18 passes for 209 yards and 1 touchdown in 3 games this season. He posted at least 100 receptions and 1,000 receiving yards in 4 consecutive years. So there are teams out there that are looking for the guy. I'm Moon, and that's your sports, because doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
One more thing on the NFL note. Von Miller was suspended.
For what?
They're not saying, but they're saying it could be, they're saying code of conduct. So there's a lot of speculation, but...
that happened just now?
Yesterday.
Time? What was his last suspension? It was something like
he
that,
was
right?
He was caught up in some domestic violence stuff.
Von Miller suspended for 4 games, so it says here.
They're not saying for.
They do have a bye week, so that's 5 weeks, right?
Yeah, but they're saying it's for code of conduct, and they're not saying what it is. So interesting. But he's a star player.
Weird.
All right, we'll take a break. Not good for Bills fans.
They're going to have a rough go this year.
The Bills? Hey, tomorrow, Thursday Night Football, make sure you make your picks, everybody.
Make your picks. Do your research.
All right, Headline Goo will finish this out next. Yeah. It is 9:31. It's Wednesday, traffic and weather. One final look. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Highways are clear. Your point forecast. Chilly start, but a beautiful afternoon today. High of 74 right now. It's only 57 at the Point Studio.
All right, so I got the gig of the day here today, no doubt about it. We are here with the guys from the Revivalists and Becca, our grand prize winner. We are here at Music Record Shop, and what we get to do today? Record Shop.
I'd just like to point out one of the all-time great record title names by Ween, 12 Golden Country Greats.
Oh, that features
on the side, new month, which means new special. And I just went to sauceonside.com. I found out that the Don Corleone is going to be the newest calzone for your October.
That's a great one.
It is.
I've had it before.
Joya's hot salami,
Yep.
pepperoni, capicola. Capicola?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got
Fresh basil, rosemary, veggies, provolone, served with balsamic ranch on the side.
It's great. It's excellent.
There you go. What else could you possibly want? This is a fantastic partnership with Joya's. So you're supporting 2 local eateries when you go to Sauce on the Side. 12 locations, open 7 days a week. If you use promo code LERN, L-E-R-N, you'll get 10% off when you order online, which is awesome. You can have it delivered. There's gluten-free options if you need that. Of course, if you want a calzone stuffed with every meat imaginable, they have that. And for all of us vegetarians out there, they have options for us as well. Even salads, stuff for the kids. But really, it's all about those calzones. The newest locations are in Edwardsville and Cottleville. And it's delicious, man. And it's all fresh. So get yourself some local good eats for lunch or dinner. SauceOnTheSide.com.
It's Rizz, it's Jeff Burton backstage at Wayback Point Fest with Vaden and Donnie from the Toadies. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
How you doing? Hello, how you doing?
See, this is not that bad. I mean, you guys are from Texas, so this swampiness is all right.
Yes. Oh yeah, we need just fine sweaters. This is sweater weather.
This is old hat for you guys. So.
He took off a cardigan right before we started rolling, actually.
I took off my shirt. That's my sweater.
So you guys were spinning some yarns before we just went on the air here. I mean, you realize the point is what, over 25 years old?
Yeah, 25.
Do you remember coming to St. Louis in the mid 90s and playing for the Point or playing for St. Louis?
I don't remember a whole lot in the mid 90s.
Boy, yes, truth right there.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are Point Fest guys from back in the day, man. Way
totally.
back in the day.
Yeah.
What's any
good memories from St. Louis from back in the day?
Oh, jeez.
You weren't kidding about the memory, right?
No, it's gone. It's a mashup.
Our first time here, we went and I think my brother got his tongue stuck to the arch because it was during.
Yes, that would happen.
Literally, does that sound? I mean,
That sounds exactly
like it could have happened.
Yeah, no, it did happen. It did happen. No, he put his tongue to the arch and it did get stuck. So it was like during I think January. So it was pretty cool.
You know, maybe advice for a younger band up and coming now is maybe write everything down or document everything. Can you imagine the Toadies in the mid to late 90s and there be social media?
No. No, thank you.
No. Do you think that's a decidedly a disadvantage for bands nowadays? You know, there's no more anonymity.
Only if they want to have kids later
and avoid prison time.
Yeah. That sounds very, very, very familiar.
Yeah.
It really does.
You know, think about
R&R Tire Express. R&R Tire Express this October at R&R Tire Express. They're inviting you to pink up for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You donate $1 or more at your neighborhood R&R, and you receive a free gift. And you help make a difference right here in your community, and all proceeds will be donated locally. And speaking of local, R&R Tire Express has multiple locations for you. So go to rnrtires.com and see what's closest to you. And guess what? Even the pink tires are on sale this month. I'm just kidding. There are no pink tires. But they have plenty of deals that will help you get the pink up spirit going. In exchange for your support, R&R is also offering free tire inspections all month long. Man, October rules. If you need new tires, use the code PINK to get started for just $20 on any in-stock tire set, too. Request a quick quote at rnrtires.com/RNR Midwest. You get rolling today. No credit, no problem. Everybody's approved. What are you waiting for? Donate $1 or more. You get your free gift. You help make an impact during Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Pink up with R&R this October. Everybody needs a little R&R. rnrtires.com/RNR Midwest.
All right, it's Rizz. It's Jeff Burton backstage at Point Fest with Eric and Jeff from Stone Temple Pilots.
All right, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
You seem like you're like a morning radio show where you're all
A
amped
lot
up on caffeine.
Laugh.
Me.
I'm ready. Rafe, are you ready?
Only me.
Mm-hmm.
Only me.
Doesn't look like you're ready. Lern, are you ready?
I am.
I'm ready.
All right. So I want to make sure we're all ready to go.
I'm locked in. I'm loaded. Let's go.
Scott?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
What's going on in the news today?
All right, Scott. Today's headline goo.
Last night was the vice presidential debate between Tim Walz and J.D. Vance on CBS. And if you didn't watch, here's what happened. You made a great decision. Yeah, it was that kind of dull TV programming only old people would watch. So in other words, it was perfect for CBS. Alaska has the highest rate of loneliness in the U.S. Well, to put it another way, Alaska has the highest rate of cat ownership in the U.S.
Hey. Hey, back off.
What? Oh, sorry. The price of alcohol jumped 30% in Scotland, or as the Scottish put it, why is my breakfast so expensive?
You know, I've never heard it said as Scotland.
Scotland.
That's how Scott
That's where
says
we're
it.
from.
Yeah.
It's the land of
Never have I
Scotland.
even considered hearing it that way.
DirecTV is buying competitor Dish Network for $1, which is kind of like the Titanic buying the Hindenburg. Ouch. A new study shows marijuana enhances the enjoyment of music, and researchers came to that conclusion after attending a Fish concert while totally sober and hating every minute of it. Today is National Kale Day. Oh, good. I'll walk over to the produce section right now and get a week's supply of it, replied not one Walmart shopper. Dave Grohl was spotted buying a bunch of Halloween decorations. And by the way, Dave's Halloween costume will fool everyone. He's going as a faithful husband.
I'm in a Grohl hole, man. I'm so depressed.
I'm so sorry. Sting turns 73 today, and he's working on a new song, Message in a Bottle of Insurer. And finally, Tiffany is 53 years old today. These days, I think we're alone now is what she says to her band when she walks on stage to start a show. And may the goo be with you.
All right. Thank you, Scott. One final break. We'll come back and wrap her up.
We are backstage at Point Fest, and Kevin from Candlebox joined. How are you, sir? Great to see you, man. Great to see you. So there is so much to talk about with you, and had the great fortune of being a chat with you a few weeks ago. But there's some things that I wanted to talk that we talked about then that I'd like to talk about again today. 25th anniversary of the Candlebox debut. Isn't that an amazing thing at this point? How do you, as the guy that did it and was the key element in this, how do you look back and see the staying power of this thing? Because it's still a very relevant record.
I know, it's kind of crazy. I don't know, man. I wake up every day and I pinch myself that I've been fortunate enough to have this career, you know? I mean, it's a wild thing to turn 49 years old and know that I've been doing this for 25 years and that people still listen to the record and, you know.
Hey, it's me again. For Universal Windows Direct, fall's here. I'm hyped about it, but it's also the perfect time to replace those old drafty windows before winter sets in. It gets cold as all get out, and then it's no fun for anybody. You don't want to be stuck with windows and make your heating system work overtime. Universal Windows Direct's exclusive Super Spacer technology is designed by scientists at NASA to keep your home insulated, save you money on your energy bills, and keep you warm all season long. Plus, they back it all up with a true lifetime warranty for as long as you own your home, plus 20 years. That's a good deal. That is a spooky ghost that haunts the next homeowner with responsibility. That's the kind of ghost I want in my house. So call Universal Windows Direct today at 314-334-2522. That's 2522. For every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. Buy 2, get 2. Buy 4, get 4. Buy 100, get 100. I don't know. Maybe you live in a limp mansion and you need to get new windows. I don't know who you are. There's no limit. That's the point. Plus 0% financing for 60 months. So for 5 years, you ain't got to pay squat and interest. You'll have them paid off by then. It's a good investment in your home. Enhances your curb appeal. Makes your neighbors jealous. What more do you need? Protects you from the elements. Schedule a free in-home estimate. Don't wait. Don't forget, it's buy 2, get 2 free. It's 60 months, of free financing. That's all you'll ever need. For the last windows you'll ever need, listen to me. Go to uwd.com. And like me, you will be saying, I love my windows!
All right, guys, welcome back to the farm. So it's a Sunday, and we got a whole crew here doing stuff. We're going to work in the field today. So this will be the final episode of the farm series for now, but I'm sure we'll return back to the farm at some point. So I'm going to show you what's going on here, the progress of the plants, how those elderberries are looking, and we'll look inside the house, and I'll tell you about some future projects we got coming up here. And there's our tractor, courtesy of Herb Equipment, the Captain Rizz tractor. We're moving some poles. Poles. All right, so behind me is another barn. This is a future project that we're going to do. So we're going to turn this barn into a greenhouse. So come on, let me show you what's going on inside. So this is where the old owner, I guess, stored some of his tractors, some of his big carts for the field. So eventually, what we're going to do is we're going to take the sides off and kind of renovate this structure and make it a greenhouse so we could start cultivating our own elderberry brands and maybe start selling what they call the cuttings. Right now, this is home to many a groundhog. All right, we're out here in the big field, and I am going to show you the progress of some of these elderberry plants. So you saw at the beginning, pretty much nothing. And it's a couple months later, and I'll show you what these elderberry plants look like. Look at that. Mulch is down. Plants are looking good. You know, you'll see a weed every once in a while, but we got to pull those. But these plants are looking sweet. There's my partner in crime, Cat the dog. All right, Cat. Let's go. Cat is the consummate farm dog. And there's new dog. Come on, Maggie, Cat, let's go. So I'm not sure if we're gonna get a very good crop this year, but this is basically laying the foundation down for years to come. First year being a farmer. So it's been almost 2 straight months of mulching. We're not even all the way done. See some of these rows? They still need to be done. Still need to be mulched. We've been taking down fences, trying to clear stuff out. So there's a whole nother area that we haven't even touched yet. All stuff beyond that fence right there. Basically,
It's like they lost their edge. If your energy, your focus, or your drive is not what it used to be, it's time to get back on track with Mentality Health, your local experts in testosterone replacement therapy.
Yeah, you know, and they do that, and they do so much more. If you're feeling any sort of fatigue or low energy, if you're feeling tired all the time, it might be more than stress. Low testosterone could be the issue. If you're looking to, gain muscle or stop muscle loss or something, if you're struggling to keep the weight off or maintain muscle, whatever your goals are, Mentality is a men's-specific clinic. They're designed to make sure that you look better, feel better, perform better, and hit those goals. And some of us, maybe we need a little bit of help. I know that, I was feeling off, and I went into the West County Mentality, and they got me back feeling good in an instant.
And maybe you're having problems in the bedroom. I mean, that's a testosterone issue as well. Visit Mentality today at lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com. It's your first step to reclaiming your vitality. It's Mentality.
Hey, we're the Interrupters! And we're here with our new friends Sarah and Donnie from The Point. We're at Music Record Shop, and we're gonna go get some records.
Reggae and ska. This record is going to change your life. It really is. This is nightclub, gangsters, Rudy, A Message to You, Rat Race, man, Ghost Town. So we come, Interrupters, before we come out on stage, we play Ghost Town, and it's on this. You just have to get, this is, I insist that you get that one.
Okay.
If you were gonna get a Ramones record, are you a fan of the Ramones?
I don't know, a lot of times I hear songs and I'm like, oh yeah, I love that song. I just can't remember who it was.
I Want to Be Sedated. And like Blitzkrieg Bop. So this is their second record, and it's really good.
In 8th grade,
The Blues hockey is back, which is awesome. And so that means it's a great time to talk about the Little Blues program, which is presented by First Community. Now, the Blues, they offer a low-cost learn-to-play program, which allows kids to experience hockey for the very first time. And it's an introductory program that allows kids ages 4 through 9 who've never participated in organized youth hockey before to get a chance to get out there on the ice, and it's all for a reasonable cost. They're going to have 6 weeks of on-ice instruction over at the Centene Community Ice Center, the same place the Blues practice. So, yes, 6 weeks over there. And here's what's wild is all their equipment is included with the registration fee, the helmet, the sticks, the pads, and yes, even those expensive skates, all included. So you're going to save a ton of money, and it's a wonderful way to find out if your kids truly want to get into hockey before you invest thousands of dollars. And you're going to save some money, and that's what First Community does. They make your dollar go a long, long way. So swing over to any of the First Community locations, or like their brand new one out in O'Fallon, swing over to those and ask them today about the Little Blues program. Again, go to firstcommunity.com. That's firstcommunity.com.
Backstage at Point Fest, and I'm completely honored to be joined by Ed from Live. This is one of my childhood dreams, to always talk to you every time you're in town.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Been following you. I was telling you, tour manager, I've been following you guys since, and I'm sorry if nobody out there cares, but I'm going to walk down memory lane with you. MTV 120-minute tour, Springfield, Missouri.
Oh, yeah.
Shrine Mosque, I think is what it was.
I think so. It was our first tour.
That was your first tour?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you guys were like, talk about just being with the guys you grew up with. You guys were like 12 at the time or something.
Yeah, we started the band when we were 13, coming out of 8th grade into high school. And that tour you mentioned, that was 1992. So that was our first road experience with Public Image Limited and Big Audio Dynamite and Blind Melon.
Yeah, that was amazing, and that's one of those, that's like obviously the first time I saw you, but even more creepy, I have a Public Affection CD.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome. There aren't too many of those around.
Is there no restraining order just yet on that?
No. Somebody did try. Somebody tried to, they put it up on one of the streaming sites as Public Affection. I'm like, hey, that's our band.
Wait a minute, hold on a second.
Wait a minute, you can't do that.
You got enough of that stuff going on all the time anyway, with so many records out and everything, and now new music, and you guys are here in St. Louis. Talk about touring again and still doing it after, what, 25 years?
Yeah.
Wants to save you some money. So, of course, you've got the Schnucks Rewards program, their app downloaded, right? You're all good with that? Make sure you look out for those double point stay coupons. You're doing that already. Great. But Schnucks is having another special big 3-day sale this week with red hot deals. Now, the Schnucks Deals and Steals 3-day sale is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I want you to plan ahead. So when you go into Schnucks starting tomorrow, you'll see some big money off. Now, these are special sales on the items you love. So check out Red Baron pizzas, $2.99. Pepsi, Starry, or Mountain Dew cubes, $9.99 each when you buy 2. Fresh, bone-in, half pork loins, only $1.39 a pound. Again, it's a special big 3-day sale starting tomorrow, Friday and Saturday. You're going to see some big money off. And make sure you download that Schnucks Rewards app today.
Hey everybody, it's Jeff Burton from the Rizzuto Show. Thanks for tuning into the Facebook takeover with, my goodness, Taylor Momsen. How you doing?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm going to get the geeky fan side of this out of the way first, which nobody watching is going to be surprised about. But I've been a fan for a while. You and I have chatted a handful of times. And the last couple of times that we did it, I'm sure you don't remember this, but we do a picture together and I started collecting them. Can you see that?
Oh, shit.
Look at you. I think you're 17 in that first one.
Baby. I am a baby in that one. Look at you. Without the
I know. You were a baby. I'm still an old man. So
no, that's great. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's get talking again, man.
I don't know how we're going to work this one out. We'll try to turn it sideways or something. But hello, and thank you for taking the time for doing this. I know it's been a very, very long time since you've been to St. Louis to play a show. What have you, the $2 question, what have you been doing during all of this downtime, this quarantine? What have you been up to?
I have been, well, we just released a single. We just released Rock and Roll. So I've been doing a lot of this, a lot of promoting from home and figuring out how to work from home, which is different. I'm adapting. That, and then when I'm not doing this, I've been playing just a ton of guitar.
Oh, that's amazing. It's amazing that you have that to fall back on and to do. And talking about working from home, I broadcasted from my house for like 7 weeks, right? And so 2 weeks ago, I guess 2 Mondays ago or whatever, was my first day back. And then so I've been quarantined in this what we call a producer's room, right? So when I go in there and I start show prepping, I get to listen to the radio station. This morning, I get there at 3 a.m. on the day that I'm going to talk to you on Facebook Live. I turn up the monitor and Death by Rock and Roll was jamming on the point.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh,
yeah.
Perfect. That's kismet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I had listened to it a handful of times, on Spotify, had yet to hear it on the radio. And Donnie Fandango, who's our music director, said that song sounds great on the radio. And I agree. What are your thoughts?
I agree. Thank you so much for playing it, man. That song was a long time in the making, almost 10 years. So it's very cool that it's out in the world now and people can hear it. I've been keeping it all to myself for the record's finished, so I've been listening to it ad nauseum. So it's nice that it's finally out and I can share it.
And share it, yes, is one thing, but then to do this and get out and talk with the people and talk about the process of the record and what you've been doing. And you said, I think right before we went live, that this is your...
Some of you guys listening to this show, I may be like one of, 2 women in your life. Maybe you're single right now and you haven't talked to your mom or your grandma this week, and I'm the female. I'm the sole proprietor female of your life. And guess what, guys? I want you to be living your best life. I want you to be healthy and have a great life. Honestly, just feeling good. That's exactly what Victory Men's Health is all about. The professionals there, they're going to talk to you about your goals, and we all have autonomous goals with our lives and our bodies, right? So maybe you want to lose weight. Maybe you want to gain weight. Maybe something's going on hormonally. Sex, maybe that's been difficult lately, and you don't know what's up. Maybe you're getting older and things are not working as they once did, and you're scared. It's okay. I'm here to comfort you and make sure you know that there is an answer, and it's Victory Men's Health. VictoryMen'sHealth.com is where you can go and schedule an appointment right now. You can kind of sneak around on their website and see what's up, and then go to one of their 4 locations, O'Fallon, Illinois, O'Fallon, Missouri, Town and Country, the new Sunset Hills location. Get back on track with your goals in your life with Victory Men's Health.
So here we are, way back Point Fest. Goldfinger, everybody.
Shaka.
Yes, yes. And so here's the thing, okay? John, first thing first. Seen the band a million times. Phenomenal band. You've changed members here, but now you've got a goddamn all-star team going on with our buddy Mike, and then we've got Phil here and Moon, and it's just...
Phil and Moon.
It's funny, he's never called me that.
I've never called you that ever. And I'm sorry, but that was the first thing that popped into my head.
Moon was telling me, because I've known Moon a long time, and I've watched him transition into this amazing frontman of Greek Fire. It's just an incredible transformation that we've made from when I first met him with this like afro out to here, and just like this kid straight out of college. Did you go to college?
No, I did not go to college.
This kid straight out of high school. Like, did you go to high school?
I did go to high school. I even finished with a kid.
Okay. Well, it's really great to have you guys. But how does Mike get in the equation? How does Moon get in the equation? Like, how do you decide these guys? Because I know you, obviously, with the work you do as a producer, there's tons of musicians everywhere that you can get to be a part of Goldfinger.
I think the first time Goldfinger played with MXPX was probably 1996 up in Seattle. Yeah. Radio show.
Yeah, radio
and
show.
I remember same thing. I mean, Mike was a teenager when I first saw him play, whenever that was, and I've known him for forever and ever and ever. And I watched MXPX grow from like an opening band into like headlining bigger than Goldfinger. It was like amazing watching. Look at this guy. I mean, he's such a handsome guy, great songwriter, great voice, great bass player, everything. And so when we just started talking one day, when Kelly joined Buck Cherry, it was sort of like I had tours booked, and I'm like, who would be my first choice? Right. Mike Carrera would be choice 1. And I called him, and it all worked. And here we are. How about that?
Here we are. Still doing it.
Woo!
Great new record, by the way.
And it is. The knife is fantastic.
Yeah.
And I told Moon this, like,
I don't buy CDs anymore. I'm a download vinyl guy. But I was buying something at the record store, and they had the knife like right there at the display, and I was like, well, I got to get this, and it's fantastic. It's everything that I want in a Goldfinger record.
Thank you. How do you download vinyl, by the way?
I don't download vinyl.
I just want to know, because if there's some new technology on the radio that you know about, I need to learn.
Well, it's good to know that I'm getting crap from you after just meeting you for the first time. That's fantastic. But you know what I mean? Like I don't really buy the records anymore, but I really wanted to hear it. And Put the Knife Away is such a great song. And so talk about the Goldfinger record and how that works these days. I mean, obviously a gigantic chunk of these ideas are yours, but talk about how Mike and Moon weigh in and make it the Goldfinger record all together.
I had a lot of the ideas kind of mapped out. Travis Barker played on the record, who's my neighbor. So I kind of had
Good people in bad circumstances. So you need reliable transportation, like the car you're driving now, SUV, whatever. It's got to go. So you're going to the car dealership this weekend. You're going to walk the lot, and the sales guy grabs you, and you're like, all right, I think I want that car. Next thing you know, you are in a finance office, and you got a guy across the desk furiously filling out paper. You're signing things. You don't know what the hell's going on. You've had a credit hiccup. I'm not saying you got bad credit, but you don't have the best of credit. And you come to find out you're paying what every month? Life could put good people in bad circumstances. You got to call the Auto Loan Pro. Auto Loan Pro works with over 50 different lenders to get you the very best financing. He is going to work his ass off to get you the best rate possible. Listen, anyone can sell you a car. It takes a pro to do it right. Making a big purchase for finance, it's complicated, especially if you've had that hiccup. Auto Loan Pro is going to help you get back on track. You want your life back, and you want reliable transportation. Financing a car, there's one thing to know. Choose the Auto Loan Pro, autoloanpro.com.
And it's Rizz. We are backstage.
All right, that is it for us. Donnie Fandango is next. Make sure you check out the clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring. Also, make sure you check out all the stuff revolving our October fundraiser for Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. We've got the Corey Feldman Movie Fest Spectacular happening a week from Saturday. Get your tickets at 1057thepoint.com. Also got to shout out Anton's for being the hat of the day.
That's right. Anton's Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Energy experts save 25% before 2025 and get an additional $4,800 off a new system when you choose Anton's. This is who I have in my house, the only people I trust with all of my plumbing, heating, cooling, and energy stuff. AntonsHVAC.com, ANTONSHVAC.com.
And a big thanks to Anton's for their generous donation to Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. All right, what is today's podcast titled?
I made a manic decision.
Okay. All right, what else you got?
Oh, man, peace and love and cruises on whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
just cruise
indeed.
Whatever, bruh. You don't need to know everything.
Learn?
Get your tickets for our Shipwrecked party on October 26th. I've been talking to some listeners about this. Get your costume ready to go. We want to party with you at Ballpark Village. If you need details, follow us at RizzShow on all the socials, and you can follow me at Lern versus Radio. Thanks.
All right, Rafe.
I got nothing. Go see Slop City Tour starts in Springfield, Mo today. If you're in that area,
Catch a show. King Scott.
You can follow me at King Scott Rules, and you guys have a beautiful day.
Well, thank you, Scott. All right, we'll leave you with a selection from our teamers. Remember the day brought to you by Hot Shots. St. Louis is home for Blues hockey. From St. Charles, Alec Rigdon is
Alec.
I'm sorry, Ridgan. Well, Alec from St. Charles is our teamers. Remember the day, and he wants to hear this song, and damn it, here it is. And we will see